Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on.
Hey, how about a gumball?
Like it's not how much you make, but rather how much you keep. First Interstate Bank knows this. That's why we're here to help you grow your money for anything. From college savings and retirement, to even that unexpected trip to the dentist. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Once again this year, Montana Sportscast will be the voice of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll bring you live football, men's and women's basketball action throughout the season from Rocky Mountain College. Also want to remind everyone that you can listen to our Frontier Conference podcast with your host, Bob Ridderott and Tom Kurtz. All that on www.mtsportscast.com.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center as we get set for our national anthem. It'll be sung by one of our students here from Rocky Mountain College. As the clock running down, and the folks are starting to file in here at the Fortin Center tonight for this contest as the women will get underway here shortly. We'll have our national anthem and then our starting lineups. As the PA announcer getting set, we'll set for our singing of our national anthem.
By the tongues early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight gave for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and our rockets red-black, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And a nice job there by one of the Rocky Mountain College music students here at the Fortin Center. And our starting lineups tonight for this women's ball game. First of all, for the Western Montana College Bulldogs, it'll be number 1, Sierra High Eagle. She is a 5'10 senior out of La Polly, Idaho. Number 5 will be Anise Fulmer. She is a 5'5 junior out of Santa Monica, California. Number 14 will be McCall Hasquett, a 5'10 senior from Missoula. Number 15 will be Britt Cooper. She is a 5'10 freshman out of Harrison, Montana. And number 44, a 6-foot freshman out of Malta, Darby Shy. Head coach of the Bulldogs, Mr. Lindsey Woolley. And for the Ballon Bears of Rocky Mountain College, it'll be number 11, Haley Farstfeet, a 5'10 sophomore out of Beach, North Dakota. Number 15 will be Justin Jewell. She is a 6-foot freshman out of Billings, Montana. Number 23 is Whitney Mitchell. She is a 5'7 senior out of West Valley, Utah. Number 33 is Alicia Chamberlain. She's a 5'10 freshman from Miles City, Montana. And the big gal in the middle is number 44, Tanika Sapo, a 5'11 senior from Billings, Montana. Head coach Wes Keller, assisted by Kyle Erickson and Rich Hash. As we are set, ready to go here. As it's going to be Cooper jumping against Jewell here to get us underway in this ball game. The Bulldogs in their red jerseys, black numbers, and the Battling Bears in their white with green numbers. And Fulmore will bring it up as she was just about let that one get over her head as the Bulldogs get set in their offense here. Quick pass underneath to Cooper, going to be off her hands, out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover on the Bulldogs. It'll be Bear basketball in the backcourt as Mitchell will bring it up across the timeline for Rocky. She penetrates, goes to Chamberlain. Chamberlain penetrates, gets in the paint, now kicks out to Jewell on the left side. Jewell's jumper from 8, no good. Rebound comes down to Fulmore as Alicia gets up the floor, goes far side to Haskett. Cooper with it. Cooper crosses over, back to Haskett. Haskett has it on the left side, penetrates, free throw, and back out to Fulmer. Fulmer with it out on top for the Bulldogs. Gets it in the corner as the shot put up by Haskett, no good. And the rebound comes down to Shy. High Eagle with the basketball, penetrates, gets in the paint, nice move, puts it up for 2. As Sierra High Eagle gets on the scoreboard first for the Bulldogs, and they come up with a little 2-2-1 full court pressure as the Battling Bears get it up ahead to Chamberlain. Swinging around Farstfeet, she'll set it up on the top here. Bulldogs in a 2-3 zone defense, and the Bears in a little high-low offense as Sapo gets the first basket for the Battling Bears. We're tied at 2 apiece. Fulmore comes back the other way, pulls up, 17-foot jumper is good. As the Bulldogs go up 4-2 over the Battling Bears. Mitchell with the basketball, gets it to Jewell. Jewell up to Farstfeet. Farstfeet down to Mitchell. Mitchell has it, lane to the hole, puts it up, can't finish. And the rebound comes down to Shy. Shy gets it out to Fulmer. Fulmer has it. She'll bring it up and set things up at the top of the circle. Fulmer penetrates. Nothing there. It's going to be knocked loose by Mitchell, and it'll stay with Western. Fulmer gets it into High Eagle. High Eagle. Free throw line, takes it to the hole. It's good as High Eagle picks up her 4th point of the night as the Bulldogs on top, 6-2 over the Battling Bears. Farstfeet gets the ball in the middle of that trap. Now penetrates, takes it to the hole. Shots up, no good. Rebound fought for. Sapo with it underneath as Sapo gets another 2 points on a putback for the Battling Bears. Western 6, Rocky 4. Haskett has it, tries to go underneath the Shy. It's going to be stolen by Sapo And Sapole feeds Mitchell up the right side for the Battling Bears. Mitchell pulls up, elbow jumper's good. As Whitney Mitchell gets in the scoring column, and we are tied for our second tie of the ball game at 6-6. Fulmer comes back the other way. Haskett has it. Finds the baseline. Cooper had it, excuse me. That was Cooper, not Haskett. Sam didn't correct me on that. Oh, you're thinking about the Broncos again. I don't want to bother you. Turnover on the Bears. Ball goes back to the Bulldogs. As Fulmer will bring it up. Fulmer to Cooper. Cooper, long three-pointer. Top of the key is up and good as Cooper hits a deep three-pointer. She gets in the scoring column. And Western goes up 9-6. Chamberlain at the other end takes the ball at the hole. She puts it in as Chamberlain gets in the scoring column here tonight as well. Fulmer comes back to Cooper. Cooper just hit that long three. Back to Fulmer. 6:21 to go here in the first period. Western on top, 9-8. High Eagle with the basketball, takes it down the right side. Guarded there by Chamberlain. As the Bears in a man-to-man defense. Haskett takes it now out to Fulmer, or High Eagle, excuse me, and High Eagle shot no good. Rebound will come down, and it's going to be off of the Bulldogs. It'll be Bear basketball. Mitchell with the basketball for the Battling Bears. She'll bring it up across the timeline. 5:57 to go here in the first period. Hands it off to Jewell. Jewell takes it to the hole, dumps underneath to Sapole. It's going to be stripped. High Eagle comes out with the basketball. High Eagle gets it up ahead, and it's going to be out of bounds off the Battling Bears. As Fulmer will inbound the basketball underneath her own basket. Gets it into Cooper. Cooper with the shot, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Sapole. Sapole out to Mitchell. Coach Keller said he wanted some transition baskets, and the Bears pushing hard. Shot no good. Rebound comes down. Sapole comes out of there, but we're going to have a jump ball. Coming into the game is going to be Frankie Bignell, as well as Baker. Bignell and Baker into the game for the Bulldogs. Bears inbounded underneath their own basket. That's Farsfeet goes to Jewell, and Jewell's going to be fouled as Jewell go to the charity stripe here. And Frankie Bignell picks up her first personal foul. Justin Jewell at the line for the Battling Bears to shoot two. .5:27 to go here in the first period, and we are tied up at 9 as Jewell makes that first free throw. She can put the Bears on top here with this second one. And she does. She goes 2 for 2 for the line. 10-9, Rocky on top of Western. Kantak comes down, goes to Baker. Baker gets it inside to Frankie Bignell. Turnaround jumper in the paint, up and good by Bignell. As the Bulldogs go on top, 11-10. Jewell with the basketball, gets it across the timeline to Mitchell, gets that 2-2-1 full court pressure. Chamberlain with it, skip pass, Farsfeet. Farsfeet takes it to the baseline. She's going to be fouled. And Haley Farsfeet will go to the charity stripe. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 4:55 to go, 11-10. Western on top. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder. 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 Much better. Wrestle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wing at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
4:55 to go here in the first period. Western on top of Rocky, 11-10. And it's going to be Farsfeet going to the charity stripe here to shoot a couple free throws as she was fouled by Cooper before that timeout. As Farsfeet will go to the line to shoot two. Haley's first one is up and, yep, there it goes. Up and good, we're tied. Second one is good as well as Haley goes 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. And the Battling Bears go back on top by 1. Bulldogs come back the other way. Shot's going to be blocked in there by Jewel. Mitchell comes out. She takes it to the hole, goes to Lefevre. Gets it back to Jewel. They swing it around Farsfeet. Farsfeet back to Lefevre for 3 on the left side. Off the back iron. No good. Rebound comes down to Haskett. Haskett has it. Gets the ball up ahead to Baker. Back out to Haskett. They swing it around. Kantak with the basketball. Hits Cooper on a backdoor cut. And Cooper tries to go across court, nearly out of bounds. Nice save there by Baker. Kantak with it. 8 on the shot clock. Cooper penetrates, gets in the paint, puts up the jumper. It's good as Cooper has 5 points for the Bulldogs, 13-12. Western on top of Rocky. 4 minutes to go here in the first period. Mitchell has it, goes to Lefevre. Lefevre to Farsfeet. Farsfeet has it back to Lefevre on the right side. Now down in the corner to Rice, back to Lefevre. Kicks out to Mitchell. Mitchell, long three-pointer, back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Baker. Baker gets the ball up ahead to Haskett. Haskett has it. Looks inside to Cooper. Free throw line and maybe got away with a little bit there, but Cooper gets the ball back, penetrates, tries to go underneath, and the ball's going to come down to Frankie Bignow. 11 on the shot clock as Baker has it out on top. Gets it to Cooper. Cooper goes to Kantak, and we got a shot clock violation. Great defense there by the Battling Bears. 13-12. Western on top. Rocky a chance. Western on top of Rocky. 3 minutes to go here. Lefevre takes it to the hole, puts up the runner with the left hand. No good. Rebound comes down to High Eagle as Rocky will inbound the basketball. Mitchell brings it up for the Battling Bears. 13. High Eagle gets it up ahead to Sierra Bignail, and the shot is going to be put up underneath by Shy. It's good as the Bulldogs go up 15-12. Farsfeet comes back the other way for the Bears. Farsfeet goes to Mitchell. Mitchell has it on the right side. Mitchell penetrates, puts a shot up. She's going to be fouled. And Mitchell will go to the line to shoot 2 here. As Shy picks up her first personal foul. And Whitney Mitchell goes to the line to shoot a couple. Mitchell's first trip to the line. First one is up and good. 15-13, 2-point Western lead over the Battling Bears. 2:37 to go here in the first period. Second free throw rolls around, falls in for Whitney as she goes 2 for 2. As Fulmer back into the game for the Bulldogs. She'll bring the ball up the floor. Gets a big screen out on top. Puts up the long 2-pointer. No good. Rebound comes down to Lefevre. Lefevre will bring it up for the Battling Bears. Quickly up the floor, and she's going to overthrow Sapo. It'll be turnover to the Western Montana College Bulldogs. Panthers. Dewan. Fulmore with the basketball. Out on top to High Eagle. High Eagle gets it inside to Shy. Shy turns around, puts it up in the paint. No good. Rebound comes down to Sapo. Sapo to Mitchell on the outside. Mitchell pushing hard up the right side. Lefevre, three-pointer deep, no good. Rebound comes down to Fulmer. Fulmer, nice pass up ahead to Baker. And Baker's going to lose her footing there and be whistled for a travel. Turnover goes to Rocky. 1:51 to go in the first period. 15-14. Bulldogs on top of the Bears. Mitchell pulls up. Free throw line jumper off the front iron. No good. Fulmer with another rebound. As Fulmer quickly up the floor to High Eagle. High Eagle for two. As the Bulldogs run the floor well there as Fulmer goes to High Eagle. That gives the Bulldogs a 17-14 lead. And the Battling Bears are going to come down, throw it over the top with Sapo once again. And another unforced turnover by the Battling Bears. 1:26 to go here in the first. 17-14. Western on top as Fulmer will bring it up. Bulldogs going from our left to our right here. Fulmer, long two-pointer, top the key, and she buries that one. 19-14. Bulldogs up by 5. Mitchell brings it up the left side as the Bears going against that 2-2-1 full court pressure. They get it to Lefevre. Lefevre throws one up at the rim, no good. And it's going to come down to Baker as Baker will bring it up for the Bulldogs. She penetrates, gets into the free throw line, now kicks out to High Eagle. High Eagle, 49 seconds to go in the period. Penetrates, spin move, now kicks out to Baker. Baker looks inside to Shy. Shy has it, nothing there. Dumps back out to Sierra Bignell. Bignell to Fulmer. 4 on the shot clock. Fulmer goes to High Eagle. High Eagle shot's not going to make it. Going to be a shot clock violation. That's the second one of the first period. 30 seconds to go on the clock. So the shot clock and game clock the same at 30. Mitchell has the basketball. She'll bring it up. Gets it up to Farsfeet. Farsfeet with the basketball, pulls up, jumper's good by Haley Farsfeet as she gets in the paint, and she picks up her first field goal. 19-16, Western on top of Rocky. As Fulmer will go for one shot, 9 seconds on the clock. Fulmer in the corner, High Eagle. High Eagle penetrates, spin move on the baseline, partially blocked there by Farsfeet, and they're going to say it's out of bounds off the backboard. 1.3 seconds to go here in the first period. It'll be Rockies basketball in the backcourt. Rice inbounds it to Mitchell, and Whitney will let the time run out. After one, it's Western 19, Rocky 16. We'll be back in a minute.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned and can't be missed.
Dwan Edwards.
Whoa, that's a big one.
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And back at the Fortin Center, 19-16, Western on top of Rocky here in Frontier Conference women's action as we get set for our second stanza. For the Battling Bears, it's going to be Farsfeet, Mitchell, Chamberlain, Sapo, and Jewell. For the Bulldogs, it's going to be Frankie Bignell, Fulmer, Haskett, Cooper, and High Eagle. Frankie Bignell will inbound the basketball, gets it into Fulmer. Fulmer has it out on top. Fulmer Kicks it to Cooper. Cooper with it on top of the key. Wants to penetrate. Nothing there. Back outside to Fulmer. Fulmer has it. Goes to Haskett. Haskett has it to Fulmer. 13 on the shot clock. The Battling Bears have forced 2 shot clock violations already in that first period. Haskett has it, gets it into Bignell. Bignell, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Jewell. Jewell gets it to Mitchell for the Battling Bears, and they're off and running up the floor. It's Farsfeet with a three-pointer in the corner deep, and Haley Farsfeet hits the deep three-pointer. She has 7 on the night. Shot underneath by High Eagle, no good, and Chamberlain has it knocked loose, and it's going to be Bignell as Chamberlain's going to pick up the foul, and that'll be the first foul on Chamberlain. First team foul here in the second period. As Bignell will go to the line, Frankie Bignell. She'll be shooting 2. First one's going to roll off, no good, 20-19. Western on top of Rocky. Second one's going to rattle around, no good. Rebound comes down to Jewell. Jewell has it, gets it to Mitchell, back to Jewell, back to Mitchell. They swing at Chamberlain. Chamberlain on the far side in the corner, wants to penetrate, tries to go inside, and it's Haskett with the steal. 3 turnovers on the Battling Bears, trying to get the ball inside to Tanika Sapo. Bulldogs come back the other way. 8:40 to go here in the second period. They lead 20-19 over the Battling Bears. Cooper penetrates, gets a shot up. It's good. Battling Bears come back, facing this 2-2-1 full court pressure as Jewell has it. She'll cross the timeline, and she's going to lose it out of bounds. It'll be another unforced turnover. And Coach Keller wants a timeout. 8:26 to go here in the second period. 22-19. Bulldogs on top. And we are going to have a full timeout. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. You can put that headset on there if you want to, Bruce. Mr. Bruce Parker going to join us here. Get you turned on, too.
There we go.
How's that?
Good to be back. Great.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers here in this early in this game.
Coach Keller not very happy on that last time out as the Bulldogs come back. They lead by 3, 22-19. Cooper with the ball on top for Western. Out to High Eagle. High Eagle's going to penetrate. Now it kicks out. Haskett, 17-foot baseline jumper's good. As she gets her first points of the night. 24-19, biggest lead here for the Bulldogs. Sapo gets the pass inside, and it's going to be knocked loose, and it'll be off of Rocky. It'll be Bulldog basketball.
Bob, those are 4 unforced turnovers. The one down here now on a pass, the one here on a dribble, and then 2 trying to get the ball into Sapo.
Just throwing it over the top of her head a couple of times there. As Fulmer's going to penetrate, she takes the ball up, shot's no good. Sapo with another big board underneath, and it's going to be Fulmer with the foul as she gets a reaching foul. One team foul apiece here for each team. as Fulmer picks up her first foul. 7:38 to go in this second period. Mitchell with the basketball. Off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain penetrates, gets in the paint, goes to Jewell. Dribble drive offense as Jewell puts up the scoop shot, no good. And a rebound comes down to Cooper. Cooper up to Haskett. Haskett puts up the jumper from the side, is up and good as Haskett puts up a tough shot over Farspeed. 26-19, 7-point lead as Farspeed comes back, can't get the shot, and Sapole can't finish on the putback. But Sapole's going to be fouled. She'll go to the line. And it's going to go against Frankie Bignell. That'll be her second personal foul. And Sapole's first free throw is going to be off as this is her first trip to the line here tonight. Tanika Sapole gets set for the second one. 7:06 to go. This one will fall in for Tanika. 26-20, 7:05 here in the second period. Fulmer comes back the other way. Tries to go on the baseline cut. Nothing there to Coop. Now Cooper has it. It's going to be knocked loose. And Haskett picks up the loose ball. They try to go inside to Shy. It'll be out of bounds to the Battling Bears. Whitney Mitchell will bring it up. Mitchell takes it up the right side, now crosses over in the middle of the floor, goes to Rice. Rice will penetrate, stops, tries to go to Chamberlain, and it's going to be off of Chamberlain, out of bounds. Another unforced turnover on the Battling Bears. As Fulmer will bring it up. You know, Bruce, the Bears did very good the other night against Carroll. I think they only had about 12 turnovers in that entire game, and I would say they got 8 already.
Yeah, and the unforced ones are the ones that give coaches gray hair.
And we got Tech 22, Great Falls 20 in the second period up in that game in Tech. Shot going to be put up at the 3-second mark there by Cooper. No good, but Shy gets the rebound and the putback for the Bulldogs. They go up 28-20 at 8-point lead, their biggest lead of the night. Mitchell has it, goes to Rice. Rice with it out on top. Rice takes it down the right side. Hands off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain tries to split the defenders, puts up the jumper, no good. Sapole with a big rebound, puts it up and in. Tanika Sapole picks up her 7th point of the night. 28-22. High Eagle comes back with the three-pointer. It's good. As High Eagle has 9 points on the evening here in the first half. 5:28 to go in the second period. Chamberlain out to Farspeed. 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. Farspeed with the ball on top. 14 on the shot clock. They go high, post the pole. Chamberlain three-pointer, and she buries that one. She answers that three-pointer right back as Alicia Chamberlain picks up her 5th point. 31-25. Western on top. Haskett with it, goes to Cooper. Cooper, top of the key, now back out to High Eagle. High Eagle wants to penetrate as the Bears playing a little 2-3 zone defense as well, and High Eagle picks up 2 more. She has 11 here in the first half. Chamberlain gets the long pass in the front court. Kicks it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Chamberlain. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell goes left side to Farspeed. Now Chamberlain in the corner. Chamberlain. Nothing there. It's Rice with it. Rice looks to penetrate. Takes the ball. Gets it to Chamberlain. Chamberlain puts it up. Shot's no good at the shot clock. And Fulmer picks up another rebound for the Bulldogs. As Fulmer goes to Cooper. Cooper goes to High Eagle. High Eagle has it on the right side. Now goes to Cooper in the corner. Cooper penetrates. Skip pass. Haskett in this corner is no good. Rice with the rebound. Mitchell up the right side for the Bears. Goes to Farspeed. Farspeed takes it to the hole. Puts it up. It's good as Haley Farspeed picks up 2 more on the penetration. She has 9, 10, 11. And we got a 30-second timeout on the floor. 33-27 Western. We'll be back in 30.
Montana Sportscast is proud to be the voice of Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears football, as well as Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears men's and women's basketball. Join us this fall on game day from Herb Clint Field as we bring you tailgate talks beginning at 11 a.m. with our pregame show at 12:30 and kickoff at 1 p.m. That's the Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears on Montana Sportscast, a winning combination.
And back at the Fortin Center, 33-27. Bulldogs on top of Rocky. The Bulldogs have led by as much as 9 points here in this first half. 3:43 to go. It'll be Bulldog basketball on the far side. They get it into Kantak. Kantak has it out on top. She'll set things up. Frankie Bignell in as well. High Eagle with the basketball. High Eagle out on top. Goes to Kantak. Kantak dribbles around. Goes to Haskett. Haskett has it. 12 on the shot clock. Kantak. High Eagle. Down in the corner to book out into the game. I think they got names and numbers. That's Sierra Bignell, not Bookout. That's what it was. And the inbounds pass going to be stolen away by Farsfeet. She streaks up the right side. Farsfeet out to Rice. Rice has it out on top. Wants to penetrate, gets it in the paint. She's going to be whistled for a travel. 33-27, 3:10 to go here in the first half as Jewel comes back into the ball game. Bulldog basketball in the backcourt. Kantak has it. Goes to Haskett. Back to Kantak. Kantak in the corner. High Eagle three-pointer off the front iron, but it's going to be Kantak with a putback. No good. And Farsfeet comes down with the rebound. Farsfeet's going to be fouled on the far side by Kantak. She'll pick up her first personal foul. Third team foul on the Bulldogs here with 2:52 to go in the second period. 33-27. Western on top by 6. They led by 9 points at one time here in the first half. Jewel has it. Gets it to Sapol, and Sapol nearly loses it. And we got a ball is going to roll out of bounds. We'll see what they call this one. They're going to give it to Rocky.
That's a 50-50 call.
That's a 50-50 call.
You can't go wrong. You're not going to make anybody happy, but.
And Farsfeet comes back the other way, left side for the Battling Bears. Gets it in the corner to Chamberlain, 2:37 to go. Back out to Farsfeet. 33-27. Bulldogs on top of the Bears. Mitchell has it, gets it into Sapol. Sapol turnaround shots up and good by Tanika.
You know, Bob, when they've got it inside the Sapol, she's been successful. The problem is
just getting it in there tonight.
It's been a challenge.
Yeah. And it's going to be Sierra Bignell taking it to the line, and the score up in Tech. I missed it.
Got to be quick.
Got to be quick. Yeah. It'll be Rocky basketball in the backcourt. 2:09 to go here in the first half. 33-29. Farsfeet with the basketball. Gets it up to Mitchell. Mitchell has it. She's going to lose the handle on it. Picked up by Frankie Bignell. Out to Sierra. Sierra Bignell up. Goes to High Eagle. High Eagle takes a three-pointer right side. Back iron no good. Rebounds fought for. And it's going to come out of there as Sapol has it. And Farsfeet will bring it up. Farsfeet takes it to the hole, puts up the runner, no good. But she will go to the line and shoot two.
Nice aggressive move by Haley there. You know, I think she showed a lot of that the other night in that win over Carroll College, being aggressive from the point and taking the ball right to the basket. She's doing a nice job tonight.
And Haley 2 for 2, make that 3 for 3 from the line here tonight. Yeah, I feel kind of surrounded here wearing this Dwan Edwards Panther shirt. You got Sam on one side of me as a Bronco fan and you on the other side of me, Bruce. Second free throw's up and good. You guys are both going to be disappointed tomorrow night, but Fulmer with the basketball to Haskett. Back to Fulmer. In the corner is going to be Baker. Shot no good. And it's the Bears coming back the other way with Chamberlain. As Alicia Chamberlain picks up 2 in transition. She has 7 on the night. Fulmer with it. Haskett goes to Shy out in the corner. Back out to Fulmer. 1-12 back to Cooper. And it's going to be stolen away. Mitchell has it. Bears tied up here. They had a chance to take the lead. It's going to be off of the Bears. It'll be Bulldog basketball in the backcourt. Coach Keller thought that one was tipped. As Fulmer will bring it up. Ball goes outside. Haskett, long three-pointer, and she buries that one as Haskett picks up her 7th point of the night as well. Farspeed has it, goes to Jules. 41 second on the clock here. 21 on the shot clock. About a 20-second differential. Chamberlain has it, and it's going to be stolen away by Fulmer. Fulmer gets it to Bookout, and it's going to be stolen right back by Chamberlain. Chamberlain gets it to Farspeed, back to Mitchell. Mitchell takes it to the hole, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Whitney Mitchell. As Whitney taking her to the hole hard there. Great job by the Bulldogs to take that charge. 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Western on top by 3 on that big three-pointer by Haskett.
A lot of turnovers. I'll be curious to see what they are at halftime, but so many of them are turnovers before a team's even getting a shot, and especially for the Battling Bears.
And the Bulldogs, Bruce, just going to be happy to take one shot here as they wind it down. Cooper with the ball back to Haskett. She just hit a 3 on the other side, can't finish this side. And it's going to be Fulmer underneath as Fulmer puts it in at the buzzer for the Bulldogs. And they're going to go up by 5 here, 38-33 at halftime. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back to have some halftime stats after this.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Just a reminder that Montana Sportscast now has podcasts. Tom Kurtz and Bob Ridderott will host a Frontier Conference podcast on Wednesday evenings. Those podcasts can be found on our website if you go to the Game Central tab and click On Demand. You'll see our Frontier Conference podcast there. We will also have some podcasts as we get into the high school playoff seasons throughout the season. This fall will be volleyball and football. In the wintertime, it'll be basketball. And in the spring, we'll talk a little bit about some track as well. Once again, on Montana Sportscast, you can also listen to live coverage of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College football and men's and women's basketball. You can also catch that action on Rocky's new radio station, KVRM, FM 104.5 on the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
38-33, Bulldogs on top of the Battling Bears here at halftime. Some scoring in this first half and stats. First for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. It's Farsfeet leading the way for the Bears with 11 points. Sapole has 9, Chamberlain with 7, Mitchell with 4, and Jewell with 2 for 33 points. They have 15 turnovers in that first half, and several of those were unforced. They shot 11 of 24 from the field for 45%. They're 2 of 5 from the three-point line for 40%, and they are 9 of 10 from the charity stripe for 90%. For the Bulldogs of Western Montana College, it's High Eagle with 11 points, lead the scoring for them. Cooper with 7 points. Haskett has 7 points. Shy with 4 points. And it's Frankie Bignell with 3 points. They were 17 of 36 from the floor for 48%. They were 3 of 11 from the three-point line for 28%. And they're 1 of 2 from the charity stripe for 50%. Some enhanced scoring stats here. Points off of turnovers. Western has 17 points off of turnovers compared to 2 for the Battling Bears. Points in the paint, Rocky has 14, Western with 12. Second chance points, Western with 6, Rocky with 4, and bench points, Western with the edge there, 3-0. Once again at halftime, 38-33, Western on top of Rocky. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Here's the halftime. 49-33. Great Falls.
I got it.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Wrestle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on.
Hey, how about a gumball?
Like it's not how much you make, but rather how much you keep. First Interstate Bank knows this. That's why we're here to help you grow your money for anything. From college savings and retirement to even that unexpected trip to the dentist. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Once again this year, Montana Sportscast will be the voice of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll bring you live football, men's and women's basketball action throughout the season from Rocky Mountain College. Also want to remind everyone that you can listen to our Frontier Conference podcast with your host, Bob Ridrott and Tom Kurtz. All that on www.mtsportscast.com.
38-33 our halftime score here as Western over Rocky up in Butte. It is Great Falls on top of Montana Tech by the score of 49-33 in that one up there. Another big conference matchup up in Butte as the Diggers playing host to Great Falls, but the telltale of this ball game in this first half for the Battling Bears is at 15 turnovers and giving up 17 points off of those turnovers compared to 2 that Rocky has gotten from the Bulldogs here. At the score at the end of the first period, it was Western on top 19-16. In the second half, they outscored Rocky 19-17, so Western scored 19 points in each of those first 2 periods, and Rocky 16 and 17. We had 4 lead changes, and it was tied 6 times in this first half thus far. Once again, we got the men's game coming up immediately following this one. We'll get Mr. Parker to get his headset on here. There we go. Bruce, turnovers definitely the big item of concern for Coach Keller in the locker room here at halftime.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, Bob, 15 in the first half is a season high. And, you know, the tough part is that they're resulting in no shots on possessions down the court. So you don't have a chance to get offensive boards. You don't have a chance to run your offense. You're just throwing it away. And they've got to cut that down, you know, and they're still only down, you know, they're in shouting distance in this one, so it's still close. So what they need to do is come out, cut down on those turnovers, and run their offense. They're going to need to try to get Western out of that zone a little bit. Western's packing it in. They're not allowing the ball to get inside to Sapo. So if they can hit a couple jumpers from the outside, a couple threes, and pull Western out a little bit on their defense, they'll be in much better shape. Yeah,
Whitney Mitchell with only 4 points in that first half. Jade Lefevre, another very good three-point shooter. She goes 0 for 2 from the three-point line in that first half. So, you know, and that's I think the key thing there, Bruce, like you said, you know, they're within 5 points here, you know. If you look at the paper, you'd think they'd be down by about 12.
Yeah, and you know, and they gave up the last 5 points. It was tied at 33, so they hung in there, and they're doing enough things well in this game to stay in there. But what they need to do is just cut down on those mistakes, Bob. They're at home. I mean, they got to take advantage of being on their home court and not give Montana Western any reason to think they can stay in this game. But credit goes out to Lindsey Woolley with his squad. They've played pretty well here in the first half, and they've taken advantage of, you know, I don't know, I think you probably mentioned what the scoring and the points off turnovers are.
Yeah,
and
17
it's phenomenal.
to 2, yeah.
17-2. That 15 points is a huge deal in one half of basketball.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and that last 2 points by Fulmer, that was kind of a breakdown on the blocking out on defense there. She sneaks in behind the Bears and gets that putback right at the buzzer on the missed shot by Haskett. But, you know, another little mental breakdown there. And Bruce, I think most of these turnovers are mental breakdowns by the Bears. And I don't know, maybe it's a little bit of a hangover game coming off that big win against Carroll.
Yeah, you know, what you need to do is you need to justify it. It's kind of like when you're playing the horse or something. You make a big shot, you win the game, but you got to make that shot again to prove that it really wasn't a lucky shot. And what you have to do is after you beat a team like Carroll, nationally ranked, and you've got to come out the next night and try to put another win together. And a win tonight for the Battling Bears would be huge in the Frontier Conference standings. It would maybe not officially, but just about wrap up a spot in the postseason, which is one of Wes Keller's goals coming into this year, is to get into the postseason. You can't win the postseason if you don't get in.
No.
And last year they missed out by one game and didn't get into the postseason. And I know Wes really wants to get his team into that Frontier Conference tournament.
Yeah, they come into this game tonight. They're 4-6 in conference. Great, and that puts them in 6th place, going against Tech and Western, both with 2 wins on the season. So
and a win here tonight
conference.
too, Bob, would give them 2 in a row over Montana Western, so they would win the series.
Yeah.
They couldn't lose the series, so it's big for a lot of reasons tonight. And this Frontier Conference is tough. You got to come every night ready to play. You can't. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday or the day before. You have to do it this day. And right now in the first half, they haven't got it done.
Well, Bruce, you bring that up, the series now. Does that kind of come down into the tiebreaker against head-to-head? Do you go who won that series? Or I guess it can't.
Well, it can't anymore.
Because
you play everybody three times. Unless there's ties. And I don't think there's any ties tonight.
No, I'm not going to do any ties.
No. It would start at the top, how you did against the number 1 team, and how you did against the team that finished second, and how you did against the team that finished third. That's going to be the first tiebreaker now.
Okay.
So the win over Carroll, who sits in second place, is huge for the Batland Bears if they can continue to get a couple more wins over teams that they're ahead of in the standings.
That almost win against LC probably doesn't count, huh?
No, you don't get much. There's no consolation prizes.
We'll take a minute break. We'll come back with our second half after this 1 minute timeout.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned. And can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one.
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As we get set for our second half action here, 38-33, Western on top of Rocky. And I'm sure that Coach Keller definitely addressed the turnover thing, but, Bruce, it might just be a fact of, these girls just need to probably concentrate a little bit more on what they're doing out there on the floor, because it looks to me like most of these turnovers are basically just lack of concentration.
Yeah, we got to give a lot of credit to the Western defense. Montana Western has come out and they're aggressive. They're guarding Whitney Mitchell. They don't want her to get going, and she's got the 4 points, as you mentioned. You take her out of the offensive equation, and the Batland Bears aren't as good of an offensive team. But Haley and some of those players and Justin Jewell, they need to step up. They need to try to get the ball into Sapo, make better passes. I mean, she's open underneath if they could get her the basketball.
It'll be Rocky basketball to start this second half. It's going to be Jewell, Mitchell, Farsfeet, Sapo, and Chamberlain. And for the Bulldogs, it'll be High Eagle, Fulmer, Shy, Cooper, and Haskett. Jewell gets the inbounds pass back to Mitchell. Bruce, it'll be interesting to see. Mitchell's brought the ball, and they're turning it over first possession. And that one's going to go to the Bulldogs as Haskett gets it on the left side. Out to Fulmer on top. Fulmer tries to go underneath. It's going to be out of bounds. But I was going to say it'd be interesting here to see if some point in the second half, if Coach Keller doesn't have Farsi bring the ball up instead of Mitchell, and maybe let Mitchell get set up on a wing in a shooting position more so than bring the ball up in a point guard spot.
Yeah, she comes across the half-court line, and she's got 2 Bulldogs waiting for her right there.
Yeah. It's Chamberlain, puts up the short jumper, partially blocked there, and Cooper comes out with the loose ball for the Bulldogs as they go the other way. Bulldogs go right to left on your radio dial here in the second half. It's Cooper for the long three-pointer. Is up and good. As Cooper hits her second three-pointer, and it's a 9-point lead. That ties the biggest lead of that first half. And Farsfeet's going to turn it over to Cooper. Cooper takes it back the other way, and she's going to hit 2 more, and the Bulldogs have their biggest lead of the night by 11 as Cooper scores 5 points here quickly in this second half. Mitchell with the basketball. Goes far side to Jewell. Jewell's three-pointer. It's good. As Justin Jewell hits three from the left side. 43-36. 8:40 to go in the third. Cooper with the basketball. Penetrates. Puts it on the floor. Puts up the floater. And it's going to be Sapo with the rebound. Sapo gets it to Mitchell for the Battling Bears. Mitchell takes it all the way to hole, but Fulmer steals it away from her as she's going up for that shot. Fulmer, nice defense there. Goes to Haskett, back out to Fulmer on top. They swing it around. High Eagle gets it on the left side. Now they get it into Shy. Shy with the step-through move. Shot's no good. And it's going to be Haskett with the basketball. Bears just look stagnant, Bruce. High Eagle, deep one. It's good. As High Eagle hits a deep three-pointer. Allen Bears come back. 10-point lead here for the Bulldogs. 46-36 our score. Mitchell goes to Farr's feet. Farr's back to Mitchell. Farr's feet. Farr's feet. 6 on the shot clock, and she's going to be fouled. Foul's going to go against Haskett. That's going to be her first personal foul. It'll be Bear basketball. Farr's feet inbounds it. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell, shot from the corner is no good. Rebound Haskett. Haskett gets it out to Cooper. Cooper will bring it up the left side for the Bulldogs. Hands off to Haskett. Haskett, three-pointer, top of the key. Quick shot, in and out. Comes back out to Jewell. And Mitchell will bring it up across the timeline for the Bears. Goes far side to Farr's feet. Back to Jewell. Mitchell with it on top. Going against Fulmer to Farr's feet. Farr's feet with the basketball. Now penetrates all the way around. Puts up the runner. In and out. No good. Rebound comes down to Haskett. As she'll bring it up the right side for the Bulldogs. Goes to Fulmer. Fulmer penetrates, nothing there, brings it back out. Cooper with the basketball on the perimeter, now tries to go into Shy. Cooper gets it back and puts it up and in as Cooper picks up 2 more. As Cooper has 14 on tonight. Mitchell comes back the other way. Quickly up to Chamberlain, three-pointer in the corner, no good. Sapo fights for the rebound, and she'll be fouled on the putback. Tanika Sapo will go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, successful getting the ball inside there, Bob, and that's a positive note here early, but still a lot of turnovers, 18 now for the Battling Bears.
And Sapo's first free throw is up and good as she goes 2 for 3 from the line thus far. 48-37. Western on top by 11. Second one good as well. As Fulmer will bring it up the far side for the Bulldogs. Fulmer takes it, puts it up in the paint. It's good. As Fulmer takes it coast to coast for the Bulldogs. Jewell with it out on top. Goes to Chamberlain. Chamberlain with the basketball. Now to Farr's feet. Farr's feet. Mitchell swings it around. Chamberlain to Jewell. Inside, Mitchell takes it to the hole. It's up. She's going to be fouled, and Whitney Mitchell will go to the line to shoot a couple. As Shy is going to pick up her third personal foul, and Frankie Bignell will come in. Whitney Mitchell at the line for the Battling Bears. That one will roll off. She is 2 for 3. Mitchell, second free throw is going to be up and good. 50-39 as Fulmer brings it back across the timeline. Fulmer to Cooper. Cooper penetrates against Jewell. Gets it out to High Eagle. High Eagle had a couple big threes in that first half. She penetrates, puts up the shot in the paint, no good. And the rebound's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to be Battling Bear basketball off the Bulldogs on the rebound. 5:31 to go here in the third period. Bulldogs up by 11, 50-39. Jewell with the basketball, back to Farsfeet. Farsfeet with it out on top. Now gets it to Mitchell. High post, tries to go underneath the Jewell, and it's going to be out of bounds. Tipped out of bounds by the Bulldogs. And Jewell with the quick shot on the inbounds pass is good as Justin Jewell gets the inbounds pass, puts up the elbow jumper, 50-41. Fulmer with it on the left side. Goes to Haskett. Haskett goes to Cooper. Cooper looks to penetrate. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Fulmer. Fulmer has it. She's going to put up the three-pointer off the iron. No good. Rebound fought for. And it's going to be Jewell coming up with the loose ball. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell goes far side to Farsfeet. Haley out on top to Justin Jewell. She penetrates, takes it all the way to hole. Shot no good. Rebound Sapol. Put back good. As Tanika Sapol with a rebound and another putback. 50-43. Western on top. As Fulmer brings it up for the Bulldogs. Goes to Frankie Bignell. Out to Cooper. To Fulmer. Bignell posting up against Sapol inside. 4:23 to go. We got a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Sapol. That'll be the first on Sapol. As Lefevre and Rice set to come in for the Bears, and Bookout coming in for the Bulldogs. 4:22 to go in the third period. 50-43 Western. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
50-43, Western on top. (50-43) Western on top as Bignell will go to the line on that foul by Sapol, and the first one will be off by Frankie. Second one off, no good. Rebound comes down to Farsfeet. Farsfeet brings it up the left side. Takes it down the left side. Now bring it back out. Guarded out there by Bookout. Looks like the Bulldogs in a little 2-2-1 defense now. And Lefevre from the corner, three-pointer. As Jade Lefevre hits the big three-pointer from the corner for the Battling Bears. As she gets on the scoreboard here, 50-46, 4-point Bulldog lead. They get it into Bignell. Her shot's up good off the glass. As Frankie Bignell picks up two more. And Mitchell will bring it up. Mitchell up across the timeline, goes to Farsfeet. Farsfeet with the basketball out on top. 2-3 zone defense here by the Bulldogs. Mitchell with it back to Lefevre for three more. It's good as Jade Lefevre goes back-to-back three-pointers. It's a 3-point 52-49 lead with 3:18 to go here in the third period. Fulmer with the basketball. Hands off to Bookout. Bookout, they run the weave. High Eagle penetrates, gets it in the paint, puts it up. She's going to be fouled as it'll be High Eagle going to the line. The foul's going to go against Bridger Rice. That's her first personal foul. And High Eagle at the free throw line, her first trip tonight. That one's going to roll around, fall out. High Eagle gets the ball set for this second free throw. It's up and good as High Eagle goes 1 for 2 from the line. It's a 53-49 Bulldog lead. Mitchell with the basketball. Brings it up across the timeline. They try to go to Sapole, and it's going to be turned over as Frankie Bignell comes back the other way. Pulls up, 6-foot jumper's good by Bignell. Yeah, she has 6 points on tonight here off the bench for the Bulldogs. Rice with the basketball for the Bears, goes to Farsfeet. Farsfeet with it out on top. Lefevre back to Farsfeet. Looks inside, nothing there. Lefevre looked at the three, now gets it inside to Sapole. Her shot's up and good. As Tanika hits 2 more, 55-51, 2:22 to go here in the third period. Bookout with the basketball. She's going to pop the three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. High Eagle comes up with the loose ball. It's on the floor. Bignell saves it to Fulmer. They go to Haskett. Haskett has it. Now drops into Bignell. Bignell, turnaround jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, and it's Mitchell's going to be fouled by Bookout. As Bookout picks up her first personal foul. 1:54 to go here in the third period. 55-51. Bulldogs on top of the Bears. Bulldogs drop back out of this full court pressure here, Bruce, and Farsfeet bringing the ball up the floor.
Yeah,
Mitchell.
You mentioned that. Take a little pressure off Whitney Mitchell.
And Farsfeet steps up, hits a big basket on the drive. 55-53.
You ever think about doing that?
Not anymore. And we got a whistle and a foul. Farsfeet picks up her first personal foul. That's her first foul. And Fulmer will go to the line here for the first trip to the line. Western on top of Rocky. As Jewell comes in, she'll replace Tanika Sapole. Fulmer at the line for her second free throw. 1:34 to go here in the third period. It's up and good. Kantak comes in as well as Baker for the Bulldogs. As Farsfeet will bring it up. Goes to Lefevre, back to Farsfeet on the far side. Lefevre near side. Wants to penetrate, nothing there. Back to Farsfeet. And Haley penetrates, shots up, no good. And the ball's going to be tipped out. Bookout comes out of there with it. Bookout takes it fast the other way, kicks it to Bignell. Frankie with the 17-footer is up and good as Bignell has 8 points here on the night. Lefevre, three-pointer from the left side, no good. Rebound comes down to Cooper. Cooper will bring it up the right side for the Bulldogs, guarded by Mitchell. And it's going to be Cooper with the shot, no good. And the ball comes loose, and Bridger Rice runs it down for the Battling Bears. 40 seconds to go here in the third period. 59-53. Bulldogs on top. They find Rice underneath. She goes up, can't finish. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll go to the Bulldogs. As Fulmer comes back in. 31 seconds. Coach Woolley gets his point guard back in the ball game here. They can basically run this out, take the last shot. They scored the last basket in the last second of that first half. Fulmer with it out on top. 17-15. Farsfeet on Fulmer. You can bet Fulmer's going to penetrate here. Look to dish. Hands it off to Baker. Now back out to Baker. Baker puts up the three-pointer. In and out. No good. Rebound is by Bookout. And they're going to wave it off. At the end of the third period, it's Western 59, Rocky 53. We'll be back in a minute.
Just a reminder that Montana Sportscast now has podcasts. Tom Kurtz and Bob Ritterott will host a Frontier Conference podcast on Wednesday evenings. Those podcast can be found on our website. If you go to the Game Central tab and click on demand, you'll see our Frontier Conference podcast there. We will also have some podcasts as we get into the high school playoff seasons throughout the season. This fall will be volleyball and football. In the wintertime, it'll be basketball, and in the spring, we'll talk a little bit about some track as well. Once again, on Montana Sportscast, you can also listen to live coverage of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College football and men's and women's basketball. You can also catch that action on Rocky's new radio station, KVRM, FM 104.5 on the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
59-53, Bulldogs on top of the Battling Bears here. 10 minutes of regulation basketball left here, Bruce. Got a battle going here at the Fortin Center. End up in Tech at 65-52. Great Falls over Tech.
And that's a good result for the Battling Bears because that keeps them even more games ahead of Montana Tech.
And Frankie Bignell steps back, hits a three-pointer. Nobody out there on her. And Bignell having a great game. Frankie, that is. There's three of them on the roster, only two dressed tonight. Chamberlain goes to Rice. Rice gets it back to Farsfeet. They get it into Jewell. Jewell has it. Out to Farsfeet. Back into Jewell. Now down on the baseline. They try to get it inside there to Chamberlain. It's going to go out of bounds. Fulmer with the basketball. Goes far side. Book out. Back to Fulmer. Fulmer will bring it up. Goes left side to Baker. Back to Fulmer. As Coach Woolley, I think, is probably going to be content to try to take some time off the shot clock here. Cooper to Fulmer. They look inside the Bignell to Book out. Book out with it. Penetrates. Gets it into the elbow. 6 on the shot clock. And Fulmer runs down the loose ball. Puts up the three-pointer in the corner. The loose ball rolls right to Fulmer in the corner, and she buries the three-pointer, 65-53. Back to that biggest lead of 12 points for the Bulldogs. Rice gets it in the corner. Rice goes to Mitchell. Mitchell puts up the runner. It's good as Whitney Mitchell picks up 2. She has 5 total points on the night. Fulmer with the basketball out on top. 8:30 to go in the ball game. Frankie Bignell goes to Cooper. And this is Fulmer. Fulmer's going to put penetration, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds off of Mitchell. 65-55, 10-point Western lead. Bulldogs basketball on the baseline. Trying to get it in. It's going to be tipped, and we got a big collision by Bookout and Farsfeet. And it's going to go against Farsfeet. And Farsfeet picks up her second personal foul. 65-55 with 8:20 to go here in the ball game. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back in 30.
Montana Sportscast is proud to be the voice of Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears football, as well as Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears men's and women's basketball. Join us this fall on game day from Herb Clint Field as we bring you tailgate talk beginning at 11 a.m. with our pregame show at 12:30 and kickoff at 1 p.m. That's the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears on Montana Sportscast, a winning combination.
65-55, Bulldogs on top here, Bruce. They turned this into a immediate or a 30-second or a full timeout on us, but got a big men's game coming up here tonight as well.
Yeah, real big game. The Battling Bears need to bounce back after losing to a good Carroll team, nationally ranked 88-80 the other night, and on Thursday night they ran into a buzzsaw with Burnham, 40 points, 19-19 from the free throw line.
That was a school record, I believe.
Yeah, and it was the 5th best effort in NAIA history. 19 free throws in a row in a game, and that's a true freshman.
Yeah.
So they need to come back against a real good Montana Western team that has been to the national tournament a lot and has some wily veterans out there.
And the Bulldogs get the ball inbounds, and they get it underneath, and it's going to be a foul on the Bears as Cooper's going to be fouled going to the basket there. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. As Farsfeet's going to pick up her 3rd personal foul as Haley picks up 2 quick ones. Cooper's free throw in and out, no good. As Sapo comes back in for Jewel. Cooper puts it up. It's off the back iron, no good. Chamberlain gets the rebound. Farsfeet with the basketball. Up across the timeline. Bears down by 10. Mitchell with the ball. Gets it to Rice on the baseline. Back out to Mitchell. They swing it around. Farsfeet, 3-pointer, top the key. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Baker. Baker guarded out there by Mitchell. Baker goes to Fulmer. Fulmer guarded by Farsfeet. Bears in a man-to-man defense. Farsfeet has it. Kicks it out to Bookout. They swing it around to Cooper on top. Cooper takes it to the hole. Nothing there. Out to Fulmer for 3. It's good as Fulmer hits her 2nd 3-pointer here tonight. 68-55, the biggest lead of the night. 13 points for the Bulldogs. As Farsfeet has it out on top. 7:20 to go here in the ball game. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and they'll say it stays with the Bears. Haskett and High Eagle coming back into the game as Bookout and Baker will sit down for the Bulldogs. Farsfeet gets it out long to Chamberlain. Chamberlain to Mitchell. Mitchell with it on top. They swing it back around. Farsfeet has it. Now back out to Chamberlain on top. 2-3 zone defense by the Bulldogs. They get it into Sapo. Sapo goes up, gets it to fall. As Tanika Sapo hits the basket and a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. The foul's going to go against Frankie Bignell. That's her 3rd personal foul. 2 team fouls on Rocky, 1 on Western, as Sapo finishes the old-fashioned 3-point play. High Eagle gets the ball in the front court, goes to Fulmer. 6:58 in the ball game. Bulldogs up by 10. High Eagle with it. Spin move underneath. It's up and good. As High Eagle been kind of quiet this second half. Big bucket there on the drive. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs. Farsfeet goes to Chamberlain. Chamberlain back to Farsfeet. Rice back to Chamberlain. She goes baseline and she'll be fouled. And Chamberlain will shoot a couple.
I like how aggressive she is to the basket. Just a true freshman out of Custer County High School, and a couple starting roles this weekend, Bob, and I think she's played very well in her first chance to start.
Yeah, she's definitely stepped up and had some great shots the other night. Just, we just look like we're just about a half a step behind all the way around on the whole team here tonight, Bruce.
Yeah, it hasn't been one of those nights where the Battling Bears have played well in either end of the court, offensively or defensively. Montana Western's done a nice job getting some easy shots just like that, taking the ball to the basket.
And Frankie Bignell takes it in for 2, 72-59. That's the biggest, or ties the biggest lead at 13. Farsfeet, they get it back into Sapo. Sapo nowhere to go. Now she goes up, can't finish, and it's going to be Bignell. Gets it to Fulmer. Fulmer brings it up the right side. Fulmer with the basketball, gets it to Cooper. Cooper has it. She'll take it down the right side. Hands off. Haskett. Trying to get it to Cooper, now, or Fulmer now does. Fulmer guarded by Farsfeet. Kicks out. High Eagle 3-pointer. Shots no good. Rebound comes down to Sapo. Sapo gets that out to Mitchell. Mitchell to Farsfeet. Farsfeet kicks it. Sapo gets it. Now they swing it down. Chamberlain 3-pointer is going to be off. No good. Rebound comes down to Cooper. Cooper goes to Fulmer. Coach Walde wanting to take that time off that shot clock as Fulmer will walk out, set it up, goes to Frankie Bignell. Kicks it to Fulmer. Fulmer, high eagle with it on top. Shot clock at 5. High eagle puts one up over Rice. No good. Rebounds the pole. As Mitchell has it, she'll come back the other way. Bears down by 13. Mitchell goes coast to coast, and Whitney Mitchell hits the two-pointer on the drive. Geez, I just looked on my score sheet. I got Whitney down here in 2 spots. 72-61, 4:44 to go in the ball game. We'll be back in a minute.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
(72-61) here with 4:44 to go in the ball game. Western has been in total control of this ball game, Bruce, basically throughout.
Yeah, they have. They've done a good job taking care of the basketball, much better than Rocky tonight. But still, Bob, a lot of time left, almost 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter, and Rocky down just 11.
It'll be Western basketball with Fulmer out on top, 4:40 to go. High eagle. 17 on the shot clock, goes to Cooper. Hands off to Fulmer. Fulmer penetrates, gets inside, kicks it out to Cooper. Cooper in the paint, drops it underneath, stolen away by Bridger Rice. Rice goes to Farsfeet. Farsfeet has it. It'll be Mitchell. Mitchell with the basketball. Gets it down in the corner to Jewell. Jewell has it back out to Farsfeet. Just a lack of concentration here by the Bears. Lefevre has her concentration as Jade hits her third three-pointer from that far side over there. She has 9 points on the game, 72-64. Fulmer with the basketball. Kicks it down, now goes out to Cooper on top. Cooper wants to get it to Fulmer, now does. 12 on the shot clock. Looking for a screen by Shy, and she gets it, takes it all the way to hole, puts it up and good as Fulmer picks up 2 more on the penetration.
You can't give up an easy shot like that after they take the shot clock way down.
That part, and somebody's got to step over and help some defense. That's about the third time that she's penetrated on that, Bruce, and somebody's got to step up as Lefevre does the same thing the other way, and she's going to be called for a charge.
And that's just what Montana Western did there. They saw the drive to the basket, they got some help defense, and took a charge.
10-point Western lead, 74-64, 3:16 to go here in regulation. We'll see if we can get you a score out of Tech. Bruce has got that on his iPad here as Fulmer will bring it up. Farsfeet picks up Fulmer, 3 minutes to go. Fulmer takes it to the hole, kicks out to Haskett. Haskett, 12-foot jumpers, no good. Rebound comes down to Jewell. Jewell goes to Farsfeet. Farsfeet brings it up, goes to Rice. Rice, three-pointer, it's good as Bridger Rice hits her first basket of the night, 74-67. Haskett with the basketball, goes to Fulmer, 2:45. Coach Keller wanting them to get out on defense here. Farsfeet looking for a big screen, now crosses over, comes back the other way, kicks out to Bignell. Bignell, Frankie has it. Turnaround jumper, fadeaway, no good. And it's going to be Cooper coming down with a new shot clock and the basketball. They hand it off to Fulmer. Fulmer penetrates, takes it to the hole against Farr's feet. It's up and good as Fulmer hits 2 more on the drive. Mitchell, far side to Rice. Rice, three-pointer, going to be long. Rebound Lefevre, can't finish. Rebound Haskett. Haskett with the basketball, guarded by Mitchell, and she's going to be fouled. That'll be 4 team fouls on Rocky, as Whitney Mitchell will pick up her second. Timeout on the floor. 2:01 to go here in the ball game. 76-67. Western on top. It's a 30-second. We'll be back in 30.
Montana Sportscast is proud to be the voice of Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears football, as well as Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears men's and women's basketball. Join us this fall on game day from Herb Clint Field as we bring you tailgate talk beginning at 11 a.m. with our pregame show at 12:30 and kickoff at 1 p.m. That's the Rocky Mountain College Battle Bears on Montana Sportscast, a winning combination.
76-67. Western on top of Rocky here with 2:01 to go in the ball game. It's going to be Western basketball. They'll inbound it in the front court. Got a warning on White for delay a game there, not getting out of the timeout. Cooper gets it to Haskett. Haskett has it, and this one's going to be over and back as Haskett's going to throw it to Fulmer across the half line. It'll be turnover to the Bears.
And the Bears on that possession defensively just kind of pulled the defensive pressure out, made it a little tougher to make that cross-court pass.
High Eagle on Mitchell with the basketball. Tries to go baseline, goes to Lefevre in the corner, and Lefevre gets one to roll around, can't get it to fall. We got a whistle and a foul underneath, going to go against the Bulldogs. 1:41 to go in the ball game as Cooper picks up her third personal foul. 3 team fouls on Western. Farr's feet inbounds the basketball. Farr's feet looking for somewhere, goes to Jewell to Mitchell. Mitchell, three-pointer. It's good. Whitney Mitchell hits a deep three-pointer on the right side. It's a 6-point ball game as Rice running up the side to the floor. Coach Keller, I believe, wanted a timeout on that one. Maybe not. As Fulmer with the basketball. Fulmer goes to High Eagle. High Eagle penetrates to Frankie Bignell. 1:17 on the clock, and Lefevre's going to pick up the foul. As Jade picks up her second personal foul, and Fulmer will go to the line. She is 2 of 2 from the line tonight. As Fulmer's first one is off, Kantak into the game for Frankie Bignell as Coach Wolde getting a little more speed in here for defense. Second free throw off and bounces in for Fulmer. Mitchell has it. 77-70. Western on top of Rocky in the women's game. Farr's feet with the basketball. Farr's feet takes it to the hole, puts up the runner, no good. And it's Rice with the rebound, tries to drop it off to Lefevre. And it's going to be out of bounds. It'll be Rocky basketball. 59.5 seconds to go. 77-70. Western on top. Farr's feet will inbound the basketball for the Battling Bears. Gets it into Rice. Rice has it. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds off a High Eagle. It'll be Bears basketball in the front court, far side. Lefevre will inbound the ball. Lefevre lobs it into Jewell, and it's going to be off the Bulldogs as Haskett got a hand on that one. And the Bears will take it out on this side of the floor. Lefevre inbounds the basketball. knocked loose. Jewel has it, goes up, it's blocked. She gets it back, puts up the shot, it falls in. Justin Jewel hits two. It's a 77-72 ball game as Fulmer goes up the right side. Fulmer with the basketball. She's going to be fouled by Mitchell. 35.5 seconds to go in the foul. It'll be 3 on Whitney Mitchell. Chamberlain coming back into the game. Timeout, Batlin Bears with 35.5, 77-72 as Western on top of Rocky by 5. Bruce, what you thinking?
Well, they got to hope that Fulmer, who's a good free throw shooter, doesn't get these to go down and come down and get a quick score, a quick three, and then try to get a steal in the inbounds play. Bridger Rice limped off the floor a little bit there. They're going to have to help her out of the ball game. But Fulmer's been big tonight. Yeah. Not only has she hit some big three-pointers, but she's also done a good job of taking the ball to the basket and running the offense. And they've done a masterful job in this fourth quarter of just running their offense and running it and eating up the clock.
Yeah, and there's been I'd say 3 times, Bruce, where they've ran it down and they've gotten the offensive rebound and brought it back out. So actually taken, almost a minute off the clock each one of those possessions. Yeah,
and they've had some players step up tonight. Big Nell's had a big game for him tonight. And, how many times do you say that? A Big Nell having a big game in the state of Montana, whether it be girls basketball, boys basketball, football, college football.
Yeah. Fulmer, 75% free throw shooter on the night, and that's exactly what she's shooting here tonight. She's 3 for 4 going up to the line here.
Still a lot of time left. Lots can happen in this 35 seconds.
And Fulmer will be there to shoot 2. She gets the ball for the first one. And it's going to be off the front iron, no good. Big break for the Batlin Bears there. Fulmer, second one is up and good as she goes 1 for 2 from the line on that jaunt as Farsfeet comes back the other way for the Batlin Bears. Farsfeet. Fulmer falls down. It's Jewel on the sideline. This one's tipped, and it's Lefevre with the shot that was tipped, and Jewel gets the rebound. She's going to be fouled underneath by Fulmer. And Justin Jewel will go to the line to shoot 2 here with 23 seconds. 78-72, 6-point lead for Western. First free throw by Jewel is up and good. Jewel gets the ball for the second shot. It's good. Justin Jewel goes 2 for 2. She's 4 for 4 from the line. 22.3 seconds to go. It's a 2-possession ball game, 78-74. Frankie Bignell back into the ball game. She'll inbound the basketball. She gets it into High Eagle, and High Eagle's going to be fouled by Whitney Mitchell as Mitchell picks up her 4th personal foul. High Eagle makes the long trip. High Eagle goes to the line. She is 1 of 2 on the evening. Makes that one. She goes 2 for 3. 79-74. Bulldogs on top of the Batlin Bears with 21.4 seconds to go here in the women's game. High Eagle, second one is good. Mitchell brings it up. Not much time. They got to get a shot up. Mitchell trying to find someone. Lefevre back to Mitchell. Mitchell, long three-pointer, going to miss everything. Lefevre saves it, but it's going to be tipped. Now the Bears get it back. Farsfeet three-pointer. That's off the back iron, no good. Jewel turns around, puts it up at the buzzer, and that's going to be our final. It's going to be Western 80, the Batlin Bears 74, as Western steals one from Rocky here at home. We'll be back in 3 minutes with our final stats on this women's game. At Tech, it's 79-71 in favor of Great Falls, as Tech coming back on Great Falls as well. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better.
There'll be volleyball and football. In the wintertime, it'll be basketball, and in the spring, we'll talk a little bit about some track as well. Once again, on Montana Sportscast, you can also listen to live coverage of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College football and men's and women's basketball. You can also catch that action on Rocky's new radio station, KVRM, FM 104.5 on the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center, our final here tonight in the women's action. Western 80, Rocky 74. Some scoring, first of all, for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. It was Sapo with 18 points to lead the way for the Battling Bears. Jewell had 11, Chamberlain with 8, Farsfeet with 13, Mitchell 19 turnovers on paper, 39 rebounds. They shot 25 of 59 for 43% from the floor. They were 8 of 20 from the three-point line with 12, LeFever with 9, and Rice with 3. They had 40% and 16 of 19 for 84% from the charity line. For Western Montana College Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Fulmore with 22 points. High Eagle following that with 19 points. Cooper with 14 points. Shy had 4 points. Haskett with 7, and Frankie Bignell with 14 points. They had 13 turnovers in the ballgame, 34 rebounds. They were 32 of 16 for 50% from the charity stripe. Points off turnovers, this is the difference in the ballgame, as it was Western 24-5, 65 from the floor for 49%. They shot 8 of 22 for 36% from the three-point line, and they were 8 in the differential there. At the end of the first period, Western led 19-16. They outscored Rocky 19-17 at the end of the halftime, and they outscored Rocky 21-20 in the third period, and they played even at 21 points apiece in that fourth period. The biggest lead of the night was 13 points by the Bulldogs from Western Montana College. We were tied 6 times and 4 lead changes in the ball game. Once again, our score 80-74 in favor of Western Montana College. We'll take us a 1-minute timeout, come back and see if we can catch up with Coach Drykosen. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
And back here at the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. Bruce, tough one there for the Battling Bears.
Yeah, you don't want to lose at home, and especially when the race is getting down near the bottom half of the Frontier Conference standings. And the Battling Bears had a 4-game lead over Montana Western going into this game tonight. Now it's 3, and there's still plenty of time. 6 games left, Bob, in the Frontier Conference schedule for the Battling Bears and for Montana Western, and so anything can happen. I know Montana Tech is coming back on Great Falls. They're at home tonight, but they could lose at home as well, and that would make them 2-10, which would be a plus for the Battling Bears as they wind down this season.
Yeah, just as we said off the air, there are two tough losses here to Tech and Western at home for the Lady Bears, but just a kind of a tough way to go here is, after that big win the other night, Thursday night against Carroll, I just thought our girls, they just looked like they were about a half a step behind here tonight.
Yeah, and, Bob, you can't be satisfied with the win over Carroll. You can be happy about it, but you got to move on the next day. And I know Wes Keller, that was a concern of his, and he did all he could to kind of get him fired up. But so many turnovers in that ball game were unforced and were also had a result of not a shot on the offensive end. And if you take 20-some plus turnovers, which we think it was in the long run, and I think Coach Drykosen is stepping up. It's not even Masters Week, and he's got the Masters jacket on.
He's got his green coat on tonight,
but he doesn't have the pants that he used to wear with it. So he does. He does look dapper. He's got a great tie. He's turned into a tie guy, so I like that about him.
All right, we'll get Coach Drykosen on here. How we doing, Coach?
Doing good, thanks.
You do look pretty sharp tonight there.
Yeah, my daughter picks out my clothes a lot, so this is what she thought we should do tonight.
All right. Well, I think it's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. It's comfortable.
Coach, always a great battle when Coach Keller comes in here, and with these Bulldogs, you two got a lot of history.
Yeah, we do. It goes back a long ways. I've learned a lot more from him than he's ever learned from me, though. So, it's a fun battle, a fun rivalry. You're not going to out-coach him. That's the main thing. You know that going into the game. So we got to have our players outplay his players, and that's usually a better thing anyway.
Yeah, Coach, what do you think is going to be big for you here? Both teams very athletic, I think.
Yeah. Oh, we're athletic? Okay,
yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad you think so.
Yeah.
No, I'm just looking for a game where we got to come out. We got to set the tone defensively tonight. We didn't do that on Thursday, and you look where it got us. Carroll did a great job. They got an excellent team, but we let them get going too early, too easy. We got to make it tough on these guys, in the early going and on through the second half. So, defense and rebounding are a big key for us tonight.
Coach, got a big game out of Chad Cannon the other night. He's really shooting the ball well here lately.
Yeah, he's picked up a groove, and that's what a shooter's supposed to do, so hopefully he'll continue on and find that thing tonight. I'm sure it's going to be hard for him and Rob to find the ball tonight, but, we got other guys that can step up, and they're going to need to, and like I said, they can't keep you from playing hard on the defensive end.
And I like that thing you had on Facebook. There's, 9 or 10 things that doesn't take any effort to do. You just have to do them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't it's not anything God-given. You just got to go out and get it done. You don't have to have talent to do those things.
That's right. Well, thanks, Coach, for coming over. Good luck tonight. You do look awful sharp, man.
Okay, appreciate it.
All right.
I think your team's probably going to win tomorrow. I'm not sure.
I hope so.
Thanks a lot.
Not his.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
And we'll get Mr. Parker back on here. So let's talk a little bit about that Super Bowl.
Hey, good Denver Bronco fans, don't try to pop off about what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. It's two very good teams. We're not front runners. I've been a Bronco fan since I was like 4 years old. I'm not just jumping on now because somebody's on their team. I think it's going to be a great game. And you know what? In the Super Bowl, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Momentum is the whole thing, and everybody. I'm kind of tired of listening on the radio. What's Peyton Manning's legacy going to be if he loses 3 out of 4? Well, the thing is, he's been there 4 times.
Yep.
He's won 4 AFC championships. It's like Jim Kelly. He never won a Super Bowl, but Jim Kelly got his team there every year and gave his team a chance. And, I think that Peyton Manning's legacy is not going to be tarnished if he doesn't win tomorrow. Carolina's the favorite. Carolina's playing very, very well. I think it's really cool that Dewan Edwards is playing for the Carolina Panthers, and he's in the game, and he's a factor in the game. You talk about a guy that, he's 12 or 13 years in the NFL on the defensive line. That's remarkable.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
And I know his dad, and known him since I was in sophomore in high school, and at Billings Senior. His dad was a senior, and always a great guy, Jim Edwards, and just a good guy to be around and a fun guy. I think if you've been to the Metro any time since the Metro's been open, you've seen Jim, as we used to call him, Junebug Edwards at the Metro. And I wish Dewan well, but I want the Broncos to win. It's pretty simple. There's a lot more Bronco fans in Billings than there is Carolina Panther fans usually. Now this week,
yeah,
the T-shirts are coming out.
It's kind of funny because all the Bronco people in Columbus, they've really had to make a decision here this week.
Well, I think if I was a Bronco fan living in Columbus, I'd wear a Dewan Edwards shirt too this week, because you got to be proud of your son, your favorite son that's playing. It's not like Columbus has had a lot of people playing in the Super Bowl. Not like a lot of Montanans have ever played in the Super Bowl. So I think it's cool that he's there, and I know that people are going to cheer for him, and I hope that he stays healthy, has a great game, and that the Broncos win. How's that?
That sounds good.
Riding the fence a little bit.
Sounds good. We'll take a minute timeout. We'll be back after this.
Good news. Okay, kiddo. Hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to the Ford Center Bob Ritter at Montana Sportscast. KVRM FM 104.5 right here on the campus of Rocky Mountain College as we get set for the men's game. These two teams coming in here. It is Rocky with a 14-9 record and University of Montana Western 14-9 as well. Points per game, they're about even there as well at 81 points per game. Field goal percentage, Western shooting a little bit better at 47% compared to 43% for the Bears. From the three-point line, it is a dead heat there at 35%. From the free throw line, 69% for both teams. Rebounds, Rocky holds the edge by a couple of boards per game in rebounds. Assists per game, pretty much even there at 14. Turnovers per game, 15 apiece for the two teams. And steals per game, eight steals per game for these two teams. As far as standings go, Carroll on top with a 10-2 mark in the conference. They're 17-5 overall. LC State at 9-2. They're 21-2 overall. Montana Western at 7-4, 14-9 overall. And Rocky at 5-6. They are also 14-9 overall. MSU Northern at 3-7. They are 15-8. Great Falls at 3-8, 10-10. And Montana Tech 1-9 and 6-17 overall. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back after this timeout.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on.
Hey, how about a gumball?
Like it's not how much you make, but rather how much you keep. First Interstate Bank knows this. That's why we're here to help you grow your money for anything. From college savings and retirement to even that unexpected trip to the dentist. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Once again this year, Montana Sportscast will be the voice of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll bring you live football, men's and women's basketball action throughout the season from Rocky Mountain College. Also want to remind everyone that you can listen to our Frontier Conference podcast with your host, Bob Ridderott and Tom Kurtz. All that on www.mtsportscast.com.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center and the campus of Rocky Mountain College. Bruce, a big game coming up here. We talked a little bit about it. We had one back in on the 15th of January. That first meeting, the score was 78-74. Western on top of Rocky. And that one a very close ball game down there in Dillon. But in that ball game, it was McCarty with 17 points, Smalls with 16, and Dexter Williams Jr. with 11 points for the Bulldogs from Western Montana College. And this was one of the weekends where Rob Neby had a great weekend. He had 19 points against Dillon down there, and then I believe he had like 33 against Carroll at Carroll the next night. So, but Rob with those 19 points, Taylor Longo had 10, and Chad Cannon with 12 points. But talking with Coach Drykos, and I don't think Rob Neby and Chad Cannon are going to have to work for everything they get here tonight.
No, I think Steve Keller's an outstanding basketball coach as well, and I know he's not going to let Chad and Rob just get open shots tonight. So this could be a big night for Taylor Longo. You expect him to step up, and maybe it's a guy like Ben Moorkirky or Derek Graves or somebody else that needs to step up that's not one of the so-called stars of the basketball team. Chad Cannon in 9 threes on Thursday night against Carroll College. Outstanding effort, 33 points for him. Neby was in double figures, and I thought that Carroll did a pretty good job guarding Neby. But what the Battling Bears can't afford to do tonight is get down early and get down big like they did against Carroll. They were down 18 in that second half, and it's so tough to come back from a deficit like that against good basketball teams. So Rocky will need to come out strong tonight and fast. And, they're a little bit depleted with the guys that have left the basketball team. But as Steve Keller said, he said, I don't think they've ever been playing better this year than they are right now. And that's a credit to Bill Drykosen and to Denver Cobb and James and Bullock and all the rest of their coaches. They've done a great job of really bouncing this team back. It's a different look team right now, but I think they're ready to play Western tonight. And Montana Western, they've been to the national tournament a number of years in a row now under Steve Keller, and this is a good team. So to win this one tonight, Rocky Mountain College will have to play very well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great battle, as I said, against Coach Drykos and Bruce. It's always a lot of fun when these two teams get together. Looks like we got a final up there, 89-74, I believe is that final. Great Falls over Tech in that one. Yeah, got her, Bruce. 89-74, Great Falls over Tech in that women's game up there. We'll take us a 2-minute, make that a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back with our introduction of our players in 3 minutes.
Okay, kiddos, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Just a reminder that Montana Sportscast now has podcasts. Tom Kurtz and Bob Ritterott will host a Frontier Conference podcast on Wednesday evenings. Those podcasts can be found on our website. If you go to the Game Central tab and click On Demand, you'll see our Frontier Conference podcast there. We will also have some podcasts as we get into the high school playoff seasons. Throughout the season, this fall will be volleyball and football. In the wintertime, it'll be basketball. And in the spring, we'll talk a little bit about some track as well. Once again, on Montana Sportscast, you can also listen to live coverage of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College football and men's and women's basketball. You can also catch that action on Rocky's new radio station, KVRM, FM 104.5 on the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
And we're set, ready to go for our starting lineups tonight here in the men's game. First of all, for the visiting Bulldogs from Western Montana College and head coach Steve Keller. It'll be number 0, Shaky Smalls, a 6-foot junior out of Great Falls, Montana. Number 1 will be Demetrius Bullard, a 6-foot senior out of Glendale, Arizona. Number 4 will be Dexter Williams Jr., a 6'4 senior out of Jacksonville, Florida. Number 5 will be Connor Woodall, a 6'4 senior out of Missoula, Montana. And number 15 is Quinn Smith, a 6'10 senior out of Florence, Montana. Montana Western. What did I say?
Western Montana.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a sore point for the people in Dillon, so we're going to call it Montana Western.
All right.
You called me Doug all last Thursday, so
what'd you say, Bill? And our starting lineups tonight for the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. It'll be number 2, Chad Cannonen, a 6'1" sophomore from Roy, Montana. Number 5 is Derek Graves, a 6'3" junior out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. Number 23 is Taylor Longo, a 6'1" junior out of Littleton, Colorado. Number 30 is Rob Neby, a 6'5" senior from Plentywood, Montana. And number 40 is Ben Moorkirky, 6'7" senior out of Conrad, Montana. Head coach Bill Drykosen, Denver Cobb, James Bullock, Len Wilkins, and Niall Finney, the assistants. And Bruce, I do want to welcome those listeners up listening to us back in Dillon on KDM. Happy to be able to bring this broadcast from the Fortin Center to those people back in Dillon.
Yeah, just the picture of the Fortin Center tonight, just about full. Montana Western always brings a great crowd with them from Dillon and supporters of both Lindsey Woolley and Steve Keller's teams. And just a fun night of basketball. Congratulations goes out to Lindsey Woolley for winning that first one tonight. That's a big win for the Lady Bulldogs. They go now 3-9 in conference, and that'll give them a game up on Montana Tech, who lost tonight by about 15 against a very, very, very good Great Falls basketball team.
And we're underway here as the Bulldogs are going to control the tip with Woodle. Woodle out to Bollock. Far side, Williams Jr. with the basketball. He is the reigning player of the week in the Frontier Conference on the men's side. They get it down in the corner. Smalls had a big tournament here, that Hampton Inn Classic, and he starts here with three-pointer from the corner.
Yeah, Great Falls High product, played for Bobby Howard up in Great Falls, and he's been a good one for Steve Keller after that one redshirt year.
And it's going to be Derek Graves getting in the paint. He'll be whistled for the travel. It'll be a turnover to the Bulldogs. Yeah, Scheike's just gotten better every year.
He really has. And, he's a physical player. He's quick, and he can shoot the basketball. I didn't think he was a great shooter in high school. He was a big-time scorer, but he's turned into a nice shooter.
A lot of his points in high school came on his penetration. And the shot's going to be put up by Woodle. It's no good. The rebound brought down as Smalls runs it down, puts up a three-pointer, no good. And it's going to be Cannonen with the rebound.
Boy, he's coming off a big game.
Yeah. Well, if he matches that one tonight, we'll be happy, right? And Cannonen has it, penetrates, takes down left side. Big step back jumper, no good. And the rebound comes down to Ballard. Ballard, the point guard, goes to Smalls. Smalls with that speed, guarded out there by Taylor Longo. They do a little dump pass to Smith, and Smith goes underneath, but it's going to be stolen away by Taylor Longo. Another turnover. Western 3, Rocky 0, just underway here in the first half. Longo has it, goes to Graves. Graves with the basketball, tries to go into Neby. They do. Neby's double team. Taylor Longo for three on the right side, no good. And the rebound comes out to Woodle. Woodle brings it up. Woodle out of Missoula, Montana. There goes Ballard. Ballard takes it to the hole, no good. Rebound, Moorkirky. Moorkirky out to Longo, up to Cannonen. Cannonen picked up by Smalls, and Chad Cannonen goes down hard on the baseline. As Smalls will pick up the personal foul. That'll be his first foul. Team foul number 1 on the Bulldogs. Western on top, 3-0. Neby, step back three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Smith, and Smith will get it out to Smalls as they bring it to Woodle in the front court. Back to Smalls. Ballard. Williams Jr. takes it to the hole, puts it up. It's good by Dexter Williams Jr. And the Bulldogs jump out 5-0 over the Batman Bears as Longo brings it up. He gets in the paint, takes it to the hole. Shot's good by Taylor Longo. As Longo gets to the hole 4-2 and gets Rocky on the board.
Yeah, I still think this is a night that could be big for Taylor Longo. With all the emphasis that's going to be put on Chad Cannonen and Rob Neby. He's going to get some open shots.
And another one that might have a good night as well is Tegan Johnson coming in on the bench, but Dexter Williams Jr. with the putback and two more. 7-2, Western on top. Longo takes it to the hole. He's cut off there by Smalls. Kicks out to Graves. Graves with the basketball. Graves takes it back out on top to Longo. Longo wanted that three. Penetrates underneath. Tries to go to Moorkirky. And Moorkirky, 2 turnovers inside. Kind of like the women's game, Bruce.
Yeah, the Rocky Mountain College women 15 turnovers in that first half tonight. And you don't want to see that happen here in the men's game for the Batman Bears because it just puts you in a hole that it's tough to come back out of.
As Ballard brings it up. Goes to Woodle. Woodle with it. Gets a big screen from Smith to Smalls. Smalls penetrates. Free throw line. Woodle. Woodle against Neby. That's a good matchup. And Ballard shot. No good. Rebound fought for. Neby comes out of there with it for the Batland Bears. As Rob will bring it up across the timeline. Take it down the right side. Hands it off to Longo. And Longo with it. Puts up the 17-footer. No good. Moorkirky with the rebound and put back. Can't finish. And the foul's going to go against Woodle, and it'll be Moorkirky going to the line to shoot 2 for the Batland Bears. Moorkirky, good free throw shooter on the year. That one is up and good. 7-3, Western on top, 16:06 to go here in the first period. Moorkirky's second one good as well as he goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 7-4 Western. Ballard can bring it up for the Bulldogs. Goes to Smalls. Smalls has it back to Ballard. Over to Woodle. Woodle with the basketball. They get it into Smith. Smith high post. He's going to be whistled for a travel. As Smith has it at the free throw line. Neby gets it to Longo as Tater will bring the ball up. Longo brings it up across the timeline for the Batland Bears. Longo with it. Looking for somewhere to go. Tegan Johnson into the ball game for Derry Graves. Cannon penetrates, kicks out to Longo for 3. Tater left side, it's good. Tater Longo. It's his first three-pointer of the night as he has 5 points of the 7, and we're tied at 7-7. Ballard has it, goes to Woodle. Woodle on the far side, and another turnover on the Bulldogs. That's 3. Bruce is keeping track of them for me.
All in my head
tonight.
Yeah, I've got that rolling. Boy, great crowd. As they continue to come in. They're around the railings a little bit here in the Thornton Center, and just a great crowd. It's a great basketball town, with Senior, West, Skyview, all doing so well, Billings Central, and then all the outlying teams that you do a lot of those games, the Huntleys and the Columbus teams and Shepherd. This is really a good basketball area.
And Longo's shot, no good, and it's Moorkirky getting the rebound out to Cannon. Neby in the corner for 3. Robbie hits the 3. Rob Neby. And that puts Rocky on top, 10-7 with 14:59. Coming back the other way, it is Kidgel with it, and it's going to be stolen away. Longo with the basketball up the right side. He's got Cannon. He takes it to the hole with the reverse. It's good as Tater Longo with a great step-through move there and puts up the reverse layup, picks up 2, and he has a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play, Bruce.
Yeah, he does, and this is a junior who's played a lot of basketball for Bill Drykosen, and he knows what's at stake in these final half of the Frontier season, and he's picking things up for him as Joe Stulk comes in and also
Danny
Betcher, the freshman out of Billings West, who played in the state championship last year with his Golden Bear team.
And Tater, free throw off the front iron. The ball bounces around, and it is Scott gets control of it. He gets it to Kidgel. Kidgel with the basketball. Taylor Longo with 7 points on tonight. Kidgel running the point here. They get it inside to Williams Jr., and it's going to be off of Dexter Williams Jr. 10 straight points, Bruce says. It's a 10-0 run.
10-0 run. Now, Montana Western came out leading 7-2. Now it's 12-7, and I'm not a math major. And like I said last week, I didn't have my abacus with me, but I figured that one out.
Yep. As the Bears will inbound the basketball in the back court here. A little discussion here at the table with the officials. We got that straight. Looks like we're ready to play basketball. Betcher will inbound it to Taylor Longo. Nice crowd by the student section from Rocky Mountain College once again, Bruce. And that one's going to be tipped right to Coach Keller. The old guy's got pretty good reflexes.
Well, he's in tennis shoes tonight. He should have good reflexes.
Oh, that's true.
Coaches for cancer tonight. He's Steve Keller, boy, just an outstanding basketball coach. I had the opportunity to work with him when I was at Carroll for a couple of years, and he's a difference maker.
Joe Stoltz, long three-pointer, no good. Then a rebound comes down to Kidgel. Kidgel will bring it up. Goes to Smalls. Smalls has it. Now he'll bring it back to Kidgel. Scott into the game out of Dillon, Montana. Played in that Montana-Wyoming All-Star game on this floor. As it's Smalls with a tough shot, no good. Taylor Longo gets a rebound.
You know, and Kidgel, a Billings kid,
yep.
Knew his dad growing up, and he took that one redshirt year, and he's come back, and he's had some big games this year.
Tegan Johnson with the basketball out on top. Stoltz with it. And Joel takes it, tries to get to the hole, nothing there. And Longo's going to lose it, and he calls timeout. Great smarts there by Taylor Longo. He was losing control. He'll take the timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 12-7, Rocky on top. We'll be back in 30.
Montana Sportscast is proud to be the voice of Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears football, as well as Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears men's and women's basketball. Join us this fall on game day from Herb Clint Field as we bring you tailgate talk beginning at 11 a.m. with our pregame show at 12:30 and kickoff at 1 p.m. That's the Rocky Mountain College Battle and Bears on Montana Sportscast, a winning combination.
12-7, Rocky on a 10-0 run to take the lead by 5 here over Western. 13:33 to go. It'll be Rocky basketball on the baseline. Coach Drykosen setting up a play in that huddle. Taylor Longo will inbound the basketball. They're going to spread her out 4 high here as Longo goes to Tegan Johnson. Johnson, penetration, tries to go up. It's blocked by Smalls. Smalls comes back the other way, and it's going to go off Shikey's foot out of bounds.
And that's what you'd call an unforced turnover as well.
Yeah. And we're going to have a 1-minute media timeout, 13:25 to go in the first half. Bears on top, 12-7. We'll be back in a minute.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And back here at the Fortin Center, Rocky on top, 12-7 over the Bulldogs as Rocky goes on a 10-0 run here to take this 12-7 lead with 13:25. It'll be Bear basketball in the backcourt as Smalls turned that last one over as it went out of bounds off his foot. Longo with the basketball, and he's going to turn it right back, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Neby as Dexter Williams Jr. going after that ball and was fouled there by Rob Neby. It'll be Bulldog basketball in the backcourt. Baller can bring it up. Scott on the far side. Kidgel. Williams Jr. Scott with it out front. They get it inside to Smith. Smith goes to work. Backs down, in and out, no good. And the rebound comes out to Ballard. His shot, no good. And it's going to be Neby with the board. Gets it to Longo. Longo has the basketball. Coach Drykosen calling out a play there. We'll see what he runs. He's got a screen out there for Longo. Now kicks it to Betcher to Tegan Johnson. Johnson wanted that three. He didn't take it. 12:37 to go here in the first half. Longo goes to Stoltz. Johnson. They got Betcher posting up inside against Smith. This one's going to go out of bounds, as it's going to be Sullivan coming into the game for the Bulldogs as Moorkirky and Graves come back for the Battling Bears. Sullivan will inbound the basketball. Gets it into Ballard. Chad Cannon set to come back in. Next dead ball. Kidgel has it. To Ballard, far side to Scott. Scott with it. Going against this 2-3 zone defense. They get it into Quinn Smith. And it's going to be Kidgel taking it to the hole. Nice move inside. Couldn't finish. Rebound comes down to Neby.
They've been stuck on 12-7 for quite a while.
About 3 minutes actually, Bruce. And Longo has the basketball. Looks far side. Now we'll go to Moorkirky to Graves. Graves with it out on top. Guarded by Kidgel. Takes the ball to hole. Puts it up and no good. Ball's tipped around. Moorkirky comes out with a big rebound. And it's Graves. 3-pointer left side front. And Betcher gets the board. Betcher tries to go back up there, but no good. And we're going to have a double dribble on Danny Betcher inside. As Cannon will come back in for Danny Betcher.
Shaiki Smalls back for Montana Western, replacing Kidgel. Pretty small lineup in there right now for Rocky Mountain, but all great shooters.
Yeah, they are, and kind of have to match up with Coach Keller there as Ballard takes it to the hole for two and kind of breaks that scoring lull that we were in there. 12-9, Rocky on top, 11-19. Longo with the basketball to Graves. Graves has it, gives it off to Cannon, and there's Chad for three at top of the key, no good. Tough shot. Moorkirky with the save, but Ballard comes out with the basketball. Ballard pulls up, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound fought for Moorkirky. Moorkirky gets it to Graves. As Graves will bring it up across the timeline in the middle of the floor, takes it to the right side. Graves takes it all the way to the hole with a little scoop shot, no good. And it's Quinn Smith with the big board. He gets it out to Ballard. Ballard can bring it up, 10:41 to go here in the first half. 12-9, Rocky on top. Both teams having trouble putting the ball in the hole here. Smalls with it. Goes to Ballard. Ballard back to Smalls. Smalls in the paint, puts up the floater, no good. Rebound comes down to Graves. Graves gets it out to Longo. Longo with the basketball up the left side. Crosses over, now tries to penetrate. Step back, we got a whistle, and they're going to call traveling on Taylor Longo. As Williams Jr. and Woodall come back in. Tegan Johnson will come in for the Battling Bears. 12-9 Rocky. 10-12 to go here in the first half. Woodall has it, goes to Williams Jr. on the far side, out to Ballard on top. Gets his 2-3 zone. Woodall, wide open three-pointer, he hits it. As Woodall hits his first points of the night, and we're tied at 12. As Rocky went on a 10-0 run, and the Bulldogs come back on a 5-0 run. Rocky gets it into Moorkirky, the pass to Graves. Graves can't finish inside, gets it to Woodall with the rebound, out to Ballard. Ballard brings it back the other way for the Bulldogs. You waving to me there, Bill? Williams Jr. goes to Ballard. Ballard has it, kicks out to Woodall. He just made one now. He penetrates, gets in the paint, kicks it back out. Williams Jr. kicks it back out. Shot clock at 6. Shot no good by Woodall. And Graves will bring it up for the Battling Bears. 9-10 to go in the first half. 12-12 tie. Bruce is pulling up the LC Northern game for us here. And it's going to be Neby with a long three-pointer, no good. Smalls gets the rebound, and Cannon's going to pick up the foul. Not many fouls in this contest, Bruce. Only 3 team fouls on Western, 2 on Rocky.
And that probably wasn't a bad foul on Chad Cannon, and he prevented the fast break, stopped Western from taking off with it on the run. So a good play as Betcher comes back in for Rocky Mountain College, replacing Neby. Rob Neby been pretty quiet tonight.
He's been covered up. Bulldogs come back. Ballard has it, goes to Smalls, to Williams. Williams back to Ballard. Smalls right side. Woodall hits it, baseline, and he's going to be blocked by Betcher and Moorkirky. It'll be Western basketball underneath their own basket as McCarty comes into the game. McCarty had a great game against the Battling Bears down there.
It's been 6 minutes.
Ballark gets it into Smalls. McCarty with it, back out to Smalls. Ballark with it on the far side, into Smith. Smith puts up the runner, no good. Rebound fought for. Betcher comes down with the loose basketball. Gets it to Graves. Graves with the basketball, bring it up the right side. Goes to Cannon. Chad tries to get inside, jumps it off to Betcher, and Betcher with the baseline jumper. And Danny Betcher gets in the scoring column, and Rocky finally breaks that drought.
About a 6-minute drought.
14-12, Rocky on top by 2. Smalls with the ball on top of the key. They get it to Williams Jr. He takes it to the hole. It's up and good as he picks up his 6th point of the night. And Graves will bring it back for the Battling Bears on the right side. Tegan Johnson with it over there on the far side. He's going to pull up three-pointer, and he buries it. Tegan Johnson hits a deep three-pointer, 17-14. Rocky on top with 7:26 to go. Williams Jr. with the basketball at the high post, trying to hit Smith, does on the baseline. In the high-low, Smalls with it now, out on the perimeter. Shot clock at 14. Ballark has it, pulls up, 17-footer, no good. Smith gets the loose ball, finds Williams underneath, and he's going to be fouled by Moorkirky. As Moorkirky will pick up his first personal foul. And Williams Jr. will go to the free throw line to shoot a couple. He has 6 points on tonight. And it's going to be Graves coming back the other way to Cannon. Cannon with it. Goes inside to Moorkirky for 2. Nice pass and basket by Moorkirky.
Boy, Ben's strong inside. When he gets the ball down in that part of the block, he's going to score.
And Moorkirky gets a big rebound the other way. And 3:55 to go in the fourth. It's 51-45 Northern over LC in the women's game. Big upset in the making there, I would say. Another nice pass into Moorkirky. Can't finish, but Betcher's there with the putback. Danny Betcher with 4 big points here, 21-16.
Northern.
6:11 to go here in the first half. Smalls with the ball out on top. Smalls looks, nothing there, kicks it back out as Williams Jr. gets it in the high post. And we'll see, they're going to give it to Rocky. Kidjo comes back in, 6 minutes to go in the first half. 21-16 Rocky. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Well, Walby's got me laughing now. I don't know what I'm supposed to be laughing about, but Welcome back to the Fortin Center. 21-16, Rocky on top. We got 6:01 to go here in this first half. Bruce, kind of a game of runs here.
Yeah, it really is. The Bulldogs got up 7-2. The Battling Bears scored 10 straight, and then Montana Western went on a run, and now the Battling Bears are up 5. This is their biggest lead of the ball game at 21-16.
As Longo has the basketball out on front. He goes to Tegan Johnson on the right side. Back to Longo. Tater been on the bench for a few minutes here. He started out this game hot. Cannon finds a wide open Stoltz underneath, and he's going to be stripped under there. I believe Williams Jr. got a hand on that ball. And it's McCarty coming back to Kilton. Gets it inside. Sullivan kicks it out to McCarty. Kidgel has it. It's going to go out through his hands, and it's going to be a over and back violation, and the Bears are going to hit the basketball on a big break there. They'll get it underneath their own basket. And Neby getting back into the game right away here. He'll replace Betcher.
I think Coach Strykosen does a great job of giving Rob Neby some breaks, some much-needed breaks. He plays so hard in this ball game. He's got to play most of the game, so at selected times he gets him out, gives Rob a couple chances to get his breath, and gets him right back in.
Well, he always uses that timeout on timeouts very well with that substitution. Like there, he took him out during that media timeout. He knew that was coming up, and just a great point there because you got to have Rob in the game.
Yeah, foul on the rebound there by Joe Stoltz after a missed three-point attempt.
Chad Cannon having a little trouble finding range here thus far, but it was in the second half of that game on Thursday night that he went off with a bunch of those three-pointers. Smalls has it. Goes to get inside. Sullivan with the basketball. He's going to be whistled for a travel. And Longo gets the inbounds pass. 21-16. Rocky on top of Montana Western with 4:45. Cannon with the basketball for the Bears. Gets a screen, and we got a whistle, and a foul is going to go against Neby on the illegal screen out on top. That's going to be 2 on Neby. And Betcher's going to come back in for Neby as Coach Strykosen with this lead. You don't want Rob to pick up that third foul, Bruce, in this final 4 minutes.
No, that's a good sub there by Coach D. And Montana Western now, they've kind of hit a drought as Kidgel will bring it into the front court, but they've hit a drought scoring here now.
Goes to Smalls. They swing it around far side. Scott into the game, into Smith. Smith, big move inside. It's going to be a charging foul on Quinn Smith. Great job by Joe Stoltz in there to take that charge. I would like to know how many charges he's taken this year.
Well, he's done a good job. You throw your body in there like that, and it's going to be a quick timeout by Steve Keller. I think a 30-second timeout.
We'll stay right here, but 21-16, 4:29 to go in this first half. Rocky on top of Montana Western. But Bruce, it's just kind of one team gets a little bit of a leeway, a little bit of a run, and then the other one goes.
You just hope you have the last run.
Yeah.
Trying to get an update on that MSU Northern Lewis Clark State, a potential upset there of the Frontier leading women's basketball team.
Looks like 53-48.
Yeah, the lead for MSU Northern as they get down near the end of that one.
And Longo with the basketball here, and this one goes to Cannon. Cannon to Tegan Johnson. Johnson with it. And they're going to throw it away. Smalls will run this one down, and he'll take it to the hole for 2. As Smalls goes up.
And then he gets a foul, or somebody got a foul there.
And we got a foul on Quinn Smith coming down. That'll be 2 on Quinn as he comes down with a little push there. Moorkirky comes in. Graves comes in. 1:53 to go in that ball game. 53-49 out in Lewiston, Idaho. MSU Northern on top of LC in the women's. Cannonan's three-pointer, and Chad Cannonan hits the three-pointer from just south of Winifred.
That's 10 in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Of course, 9 came Thursday night.
Right. Kidgell's three-pointer no good. Rebound comes down to Williams Jr., gets it out to Smalls. Smalls will set it up out on top. 24-18, Rocky on top to Williams Jr. in the paint. Out to Smalls, three-pointer, top of the key. Back iron no good. Cannonan runs the rebound down. And Graves will bring it up for the Battling Bears. Graves hands it off to Cannonan. Chad kicks out to Longo for three on the left side. It's good. Taylor Longo hits his second three-pointer. You said it, Bruce. You called it. He had to have a big game here tonight, and he is. 10 points on the evening. Kidgell goes to Smalls. They get it to Williams, and Taylor Longo knocks it loose, but ball's on the floor. We got a scrum and a football game. And it's going to be Moorkirky and Scott over there. They're battling for it. It's going to be Rocky basketball.
I got to remind you, I said that Taylor was going to have a big game. I also said the Broncos were going to beat Carolina.
Well, you might be 50%.
Okay, all right. Well, just checking.
Yeah. I got to bet that they're going to dump the old Gatorade on the winning coach tomorrow, too. What do you think?
Well, I think Gary Kubiak is prepared for that.
Longo with the basketball on the inbounds pass goes to Graves. Graves to Cannonan for three more. As Chad Cannonan goes back-to-back from the three-point line.
Boy, Steve Keller does not want to see him warm up like that, because when he gets rolling, he's unstoppable.
And it's going to be Ballard gets the ball down in the hole to Woodall, back to Ballard. Ballard takes it to the hole, no good. And it's Betcher and Moorkirky fighting for the rebound, and they get it out to Graves. Graves will bring it up. Rocky with their biggest lead of 12 here with 2:18 to go in the first half. Longo. Smalls falls down. Boy, he had a chance to go baseline there with Scheike going to the floor. Graves has it. Trying to get inside, nothing there. Back out to Longo. Longo pulls up, 7-footer, good. Taylor Longo. 12 points for Taylor, and Coach Keller's seen enough. He wants a timeout. 1:57 to go in the first half. 32-18, Rocky on top. We'll be back in 30.
Montana Sportscast is proud to be the voice of Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears football, as well as Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears men's and women's basketball. Join us this fall on game day from Herb Clint Field as we bring you tailgate talk beginning at 11 a.m. with our pregame show at 12:30 and kickoff at 1 p.m. That's the Rocky Mountain College Battling Bears on Montana Sportscast, a winning combination.
32-18 our score here. Rocky on top of Western as Chad Cannon and Taylor Longo go off here the last minute of play. Rocky's biggest lead of the ball game, 14 points. Western basketball in the backcourt as Ballard will bring it up across the timeline for the Bulldogs. To Smalls, back to Ballard. Far side, Woodall with it. Now they get it into Smith, high post. And he's going to throw it back to Smalls. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be turnover to the Battling Bears. 1:42 to go here in the first half. Rocky a chance to extend on this 14-point lead, 32-18.
That's got to be frustrating for Steve Keller. Takes a timeout, sets up a play, and then they throw it away without getting a shot.
And Graves with the basketball out on top. Goes to Cannonan. Ball arc all over Cannonan out on front. Hands it off to Longo. Longo crossover. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good. Big rebound underneath. And they're going to say it's off of the Bulldogs. As Ballark went high on that board.
Boy, where did he come from?
I don't know. Out of nowhere down there. 1:20 to go. 32-18. Rocky basketball, Longo to pull the trigger. Gets it into Graves. Graves with it, kicks it to Longo for three. Right side, no good. Rebound Ballard. As Ballard comes back the other way, he'll take it coast to coast. And we got a whistle and a foul. They're going to give the basket to Bullock. That's going to be the first foul on Derek Graves. Rocky with 16 fouls, so Western will be in the bonus this final 110.
That's what you would call continuation.
Well, you call it that if you want. I got another name for it. First one, free throw's no good, and a rebound comes down to Graves. Graves with it. He'll bring it back up the right side for the Battling Bears. 62 seconds to go here in the first half. Graves gets it to Longo. Longo with it out on top. Now goes to Graves on the right side. Inside the paint. Longo wants to go baseline. He's going to be fouled by Williams Jr. As Dexter Williams Jr. is going to pick up his first personal foul. 32-20, Rocky on top with 49 seconds to go here in the first half. It'll be Longo inbounding the basketball underneath Rocky's basket. Bears set up in this 4 high. They did this one other time, and they went to the corner, and they go once again, and Chad Cannon drills another one from deep in the corner on the inbounds play. Bruce, that is 2 plays that the Bears have scored on inbounds plays. Huge.
Is that why you practice those in practice?
That's why you
every day.
And Woodle shut, no good. And Longo with the rebound, 28 seconds. You know, I always said as a coach, you should score on every one of those plays because that's the only one you can practice.
That's right.
Longo with the basketball out in front. They'll go for 1 here. The shot clock is turned off. 11 seconds on the game clock. Longo going against Williams Jr. Trying to find a hole. Gets it to Moorkirky. Moorkirky has it knocked out of there. It's Sullivan with the basketball. Sullivan goes up. It's close, but no good. And at halftime, it's Rocky 35, Montana Western 20. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, come back with some halftime stats.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Just a reminder that Montana Sportscast now has podcast. Tom Kurtz and Bob Ritterott will host a Frontier Conference podcast on Wednesday evenings. Those podcasts can be found on our website. If you go to the Game Central tab and click on demand, you'll see our Frontier Conference podcast there. We will also have some podcasts as we get into the high school playoff seasons throughout the season. This fall will be volleyball and football. In the wintertime, it'll be basketball. And in the spring, we'll talk a little bit about some track as well. Once again, on Montana Sportscast, you can also listen to live coverage of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College football and men's and women's basketball. You can also catch that action on Rocky's new radio station, KVRM, FM 104.5 on the campus of Rocky Mountain College.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center. Rocky on top, 35-20 over Western here at halftime. We got head football coach Jason Petrino with us. Coach, are you slowing down any?
Not at all. We can't. Remember I said last time, I just need more time.
Yeah.
That's what I wish I had. But no, it's coming together really nicely.
Good, good. Haven't been able to stretch any more hours in the day for you. So
No, not at all.
Talk a little bit about you're looking for your staff. Are you getting any closer to putting the staff together?
Yeah, really close, actually. It's been nice. We've had 3 guys on campus the last 3 days. The last 3 days. We got another one tomorrow, so we're just kind of put the finishing touches a little bit. We got 2 spots, and the good thing is we got a lot of people interested. But it's about finding the right fit. A number of different things are key factors when you want to put those things together. And the best part is, like I said, we get a lot of interest, but it's important to find the ones that are right fit for us. The vision of the program, these kids over there, and just kind of putting a plan together to make sure we can achieve the things we want to and we know we can do here at Rocky Mountain College.
Okay, let's jump to some players. I know you were on the road last night. I saw one. I guess I better quit looking at players for you. They get hurt on you. But talk a little bit about what you've seen thus far.
Yeah, it was last night was the first night I really got out and got a chance to see some kids out of region. Went down into Sheridan. Had a great visit with some possible student athletes, and then on the way home, we got to watch the second half of the Hardin Central game. And the nice thing about that, one of the people that were with me, they'd never seen a game there in Hardin, so that was kind of a fun environment. It was a great crowd and a lot of energy and a great game there right down to the end.
I saw it pulled in the parking lot here tonight, and I saw this brand new Mercedes parked out there along the fence. Is that your new vehicle that the athletic director got you?
Well, I think if it was going that way, I think it would have got gobbled up pretty quick, either by Dr. Wilmot or Bruce. So I know where I'm at in line, that's for sure.
Well, it's great to have you stop and chat with us once again here tonight, and looking forward to hearing that staff and then first 25-30 signings.
Yeah, no, it's going to be staff should be together here. I'm thinking by Wednesday or Thursday. Get that thing finalized, and then hit the ground running. We got a couple of combines we can get out to and see some kids, and more importantly, get out across the state. There's still a lot of good football players out there, and it's not just about this class; it's about the next classes and developing those relationships right away. And there'll definitely be some big things happening here as we get rolling. Be on the lookout. There'll be lots of news and lots of things out there. Make sure you get on board.
All right, I will be on board,
awesome.
And I'll get other people on board as well.
That's great.
Head football coach Jason Petrino will take us a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll have our halftime stats after this.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on.
Hey, how about a gumball?
Like it's not how much you make, but rather how much you keep. First Interstate Bank knows this. That's why we're here to help you grow your money for anything. From college savings and retirement to even that unexpected trip to the dentist. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Once again this year, Montana Sportscast will be the voice of the Battling Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll bring you live football, men's and women's basketball action throughout the season from Rocky Mountain College. Also want to remind everyone that you can listen to our Frontier Conference podcast with your host, Bob Ridderott and Tom Kurtz. All that on www.mtsportscast.com.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center on the campus of Rocky Mountain College. 35-20, reading the wrong numbers up here on the board, I guess. Been a long weekend.
Wow. Well, you had a game Thursday, 2 games Thursday, game Friday.
2 games last night.
2 games last night.
2 tonight.
Yeah.
I can still talk. And I had to go to a birthday party last night when I got home.
That's good, though. Birthday parties are fun.
Yeah, we had a little get together with the Bursmans last night. We were talking about it's been 10 years since we won that last championship with the girls there.
Boy, it doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
It doesn't. It's terrible when time flies by this fast. Let's jump into these stats, Bruce, in this first half. First of all, for the Bulldogs, it is Williams Jr. with 8 points. Smalls has 5. Ballark with 4 points. Woodall with 3 points for their scoring. They had 12 turnovers in that first half, and they shot 9 of 29 from the floor. They were 2 of 9 from the three-point line for 22%, and they are 0 of 2 from the free throw line in that ball game. They had 19 rebounds there in the first half. For the Battling Bears, it's Taylor Longo leading the way with 12 points in the ball game. Rob Neby kind of quiet. He only has 3 points this first half. Moorkirky with 4 points. Chad Cannon has 9 points. He is 3 of 4 from the three-point line, shooting 75% there. And I didn't even need my abacus. And as I said, Longo with that 12. Betcher with 4. And Tegan Johnson with a big three-pointer as well for their 35 points. They're 13 of 32 for 40% from the floor. They're 7 of 15 from the three-point line for 47%. And 2 of 3 from the charity stripe at 67%. The Battling Bears had 9 turnovers in that first half. But, Bruce, as fast as this game has started out pretty fast-paced, then it kind of slowed back up a little bit. But not many personal fouls. Only 12 fouls called in that first half.
Neither team got into the bonus.
Yeah, 6 by each team.
When's the last time you saw that?
Well, it's been a while.
It's physical. It's a physical game. The officials doing a nice job keeping everything under control and keeping the coaches on their benches under control a little bit and happy. And these are 2 outstanding basketball coaches, Bill Drykos and Steve Keller. It's fun to watch them operate. And, the tactics that they use in the games. And this can be a big half for the Battling Bears. They've had some leads this year and lost games. Maybe got tired a little bit down towards the end. But they're at home tonight and have a chance to salt one away. But there's a lot of basketball left, 20 minutes here in the second half.
Well, you talked about 2 great coaches. And Bruce, it's fun for me to sit here on the sidelines now like I do and kind of just see what these coaches, in my mind, what adjustments they make at halftime. And it's going to be interesting to see what these 2 come up with at halftime, what adjustments they're going to make.
Yeah, it is, because they're going to have to make adjustments. And good coaches, successful coaches, don't say, hey, it's my game plan, I'm going to stick with it no matter what. They go into the locker room, they're thinking about it during the first half. They know what kind of changes they're going to make, and then they hope that those changes work. It looks like we haven't got a final yet, but MSU Northern in women's basketball upset the league leader, Lewis Clark State, which kind of makes that a little bit tighter league. Carroll College losing here on Thursday, got a game back of LC, and so now that thing gets even tighter as we get down to the final 6 games in this conference tournament play or regular season action.
And that game at LC as well, a very tough place to go out there and get a victory at Lewiston, Idaho.
Yeah, really a tough place to play. 1, it's a beautiful gym, and they usually have nice crowds. And 2, it's a tough trip. I mean, it's a long ways from anywhere in Montana to get to Lewiston, Idaho. I always liked the trip, Bob. We'd go out there during January or February when I travel with the teams, and we'd try to play golf in the morning because the weather down there is unbelievable.
Right.
There's sea level.
Yeah.
we'd watch a baseball game when we'd get back in the afternoon, and then we'd have a basketball doubleheader. I mean, that's a great day to spend in Lewiston, Idaho. And Gary Piccone, the athletic director there, does such a wonderful job. And Brooke Cushman, it's a fun place to go. But I'm happy to be here tonight. What a great crowd here at the Ford Center.
It's we've had good crowds all year. I mean, you know a lot more than I do, but as far as the crowds goes, but I think we've had great turnout all season.
Yeah, tremendous turnout tonight, and Thursday night was great. And you think about MSU Billings playing across town. I know their crowd's not nearly as big as this, but that's 2 college basketball games going on in Billings at the same time tonight.
And I'm not sure what there is at the high school level. There might even be a high school game in town tonight. I'm not sure.
Yeah, what's nice about high school now in the double A's in Billings, on Saturdays they try to play at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, play earlier, 2:30 or whatever time they're scheduled for, but to try to get those out of the way. And then people, if you're a basketball fan, you can get a lot of basketball in one day.
I love it. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back with our second half after this break.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center as we get set for our second half action here. Looking for a great second half, Bruce. 35-20, Rocky up by 15, but you talked about working with Coach Keller up there in Helena. I had the unfortunate opportunity to have to play against him 3 years in high school.
Oh yeah, he's won lots of basketball games, and he's a tactician. He gets 100% out of his student athletes, and that's what you like about him. He just does a great job there.
It'll be Rocky basketball to start this second half. Got a great halftime entertainment there by the little cheerleaders there.
Kelsey Dare does a wonderful job with the Rocky Mountain College cheer squad, and they had that clinic today for all of them. I think they had over 40 young women, little girls, big girls, were involved in that clinic today, so kudos to Kelsey.
And the Bears come out here. They get it into Moorkirk. Get it out to Nebe. Longo, three-pointer. In and out, no good. Graves with the rebound. Can't hang on to it. And it's going to be Smalls coming back the other way in traffic. Goes to Woodle. Woodle has it. He'll bring it out on top. Back to Smalls. Bears staying in this 2-3 zone defense. It's knocked loose from Williams Jr. He goes baseline, goes up against Nebe. Rob, nice defense there not to pick up a foul right away here in the second half, and the Bears come out of there with the basketball. Cannon has it.
People forget that Dexter Williams Jr. was the player of the year last year in the Frontier.
And Cannon misses that one. Longo gets the rebound. He's the player of the week right now, Bruce. Cannon and another three-pointer. This one long as well, and it's going to be out of bounds. I think it'll go to Western.
Well, I thought that was Rocky's basketball.
Well, it is our basketball. It's got our initiative.
It sure does.
But we're just going to let them play with it here for a while.
Yeah, Coach Drykoza not particularly happy about that call.
Smalls with the basketball out on top. Got Smith at that high post. Smalls. Bullard. Woodall with the three-pointer. No good. Cannon with the rebound. Chad will bring it up. Middle of the floor for the Battling Bears. He's got Moorkirky down the middle, but he takes it inside. Now kicks out to Nebe. Nebe penetrates, gets in the paint, puts up the floater. It's good. Rob Nebe. picks up his 5th point of the night. 37-20, biggest lead of the game for the Battling Bears. Smith with it on the baseline for the Bulldogs. Back out to Ballard. Ballard takes it to the hole over Moorkirky. It's good.
Well, he's very athletic, and when he makes that move to the basket, you better have somebody step up defensively to help out because he's going to get a layup otherwise.
He just kind of goes over people, just glides. Nebe with it, tries to get back inside, has it knocked loose. They swing it around. Cannon on top. It's going to be out of bounds off of the Bulldogs. Bears basketball.
Well, Montana Western's defense very quick-handed. You know, they always got a hand in there trying to knock the ball away.
Longo with the basketball out on top for the Battling Bears. Just underway here in the second half. And it's going to be a charge on Longo as Taylor Longo picks up the foul. That's his first personal foul. And it'll be Montana Western's basketball in the backcourt. Ballard brings it up for Coach Keller's Bulldogs. Goes to Whittle. Whittle with it on the left side. Back out to Ballard. Ballard goes into Smith. Smith takes it up for the big two-handed slam. Quinn Smith gets inside for the dunk on Moorkirky. Nebe goes to Longo. Bulldogs, a little 2-2-1 full court pressure here as Ballard's going to knock it, and it's going to go. We'll see what they call here. It's going to be Rocky basketball. And it'll be a full timeout, 17-10, 37-24. Rocky on top. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Trying to get that LC game on.
Take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Wrestle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wing at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
37-24 our score here. Rocky on top by 13 with 17-10. It'll be Rocky basketball in the backcourt. Coach Drykosen was wanting to reset on the shot clock. Did not get it. It's at 21. Longo brings it up across the timeline, goes far side to Graves. Graves gets in the paint, takes it to the hole. It's good. Derek Graves on the drive for 2 points. Whoop.
That's the kind of athletic ability Graves has. Once he gets that little seam in there, he can take the ball to the basket.
Great hops for that young man as Smalls has it. Ballark has it out on top. He gets into the paint. He takes it to the hole. Moorkirky with the big board. Gets it to Nebe to Graves. Bears come back up 15, 39-24. Graves with the basketball. They go Nebe. High post. Robb nearly loses it. Gets it back to Graves. And it goes underneath. And it'll be turned over to the Bulldogs as Williams Jr. taking it to the hole. Coast to coast 4-2. 39-26. Graves with the basketball out on top. Graves gets it to Cannonen. Cannonen goes far side to Longo. Longo with the basketball. Comes back to Cannonen. Cannonen with it to Graves. Shot clock at 6. Cannonen with the ball. Goes to Graves. Graves three-pointer far side. And Derek Graves comes back with 5 big points here and gets the Battling Bears on top, 42-26. 16-point lead. Our biggest lead was 17 by the Bears. Bulldogs turn it over as Moorkirky. The Nebe to Moorkirky to Longo. Longo, three-pointer. It's in and out, no good. Smalls with the rebound. Smalls will bring it up the right side for Montana Western. Brings it out. Goes to Beta. Takes it in the paint. Pulls up. Shot is good. Williams Jr. trying to fight for the rebound there. It's going to be off of Moorkirky, out of bounds. 42-26. Tegan Johnson coming back in. In for the Bulldogs is Willis, in for his first time of the night. Kidjo in as well. Woodall with the basketball. Kidjo with it on the far side. Gets in, free throw line. Tries to go up, blocked by Moorkirky. Woodall with the basketball, goes up, in and out, no good. Rebound Moorkirky. Moorkirky gets it. Now it's up to Tegan Johnson. Johnson to Longo. Skip pass. Longo back to Tegan Johnson. Cannonen with it out on top. It's knocked loose from behind by Smalls. And Moorkirky comes out, reverses the basketball on top. Nebe, three-pointer. It's good. Rob Nebe hits his second three-pointer. He has 8 points on the game. He had 2 at halftime as Williams Jr. takes it to the hole. 4-2, 45-28. Battling Bears hanging on to this 17-point margin. Tegan Johnson with it. Gets it to Longo. Montana Western playing tough defense, Bruce. They're all over that ball when Bears pick it up. Cannonen's long three-pointer, no good, and it's Williams Jr. going to the hole, and Chad Cannonen's going to pick up the foul. As Chad picks up his second personal foul. As McCarty and Scott set to come in for the Bulldogs, as well as Betcher. Joe Stoltz coming in as well. Williams Jr. free throw is up and good. He goes 1 for 2, 45-29, 13:49 to go in the ball game. Dexter Williams Jr., second free throw, rolls around, falls in. Nebe with the basketball in the backcourt. Goes to Tegan Johnson. Johnson with it in the middle of the floor. Gets it into Betcher to Stoltz, and Stoltz with the basket. Nice pass from Danny Betcher.
Well, that's how you beat the full court pressure. You just real patient, pass the ball, and you're going to get shots like that.
Kidjo comes back the other way, hands off to Scott. Scott penetrates in the paint, nothing there, cut off. They get it to Willis. Willis goes to Williams Jr., and Dexter Williams Jr. kind of taking over for the Bulldogs here.
Which he did the last time these two teams played, too. He had a great second half and brought his team back to victory in that one in Dillon.
Betcher has it, gets it to Stoltz once again, and 2 more for Joe Stoltz. As Betcher gets another assist, and Stoltz gets another basket. Kidjo comes back the other way, and Coach Keller wants a timeout. 12:50 to go in the ball game. 49-32. Rocky on top. We'll be back in a minute.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
49-32, Rocky up by 17 with 12:50 to go in the ball game over Montana Western. Big Frontier Conference matchup here tonight between these two ball clubs. Kidgel with the basketball. Goes to McCarty, back to Kidgel. They get it into Willis, back to McCarty. McCarty, three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Tegan Johnson. He gets it out to Longo. Longo brings it up in the paint. Drops off to Stoltz. Stoltz gets two more. And they're going to call a charging foul on Joel Stoltz. As Stoltz picks up his first personal foul. As Kidgel comes back the other way for Montana Western. Scott with the basketball. Scott gets it to Williams Jr. for a long two-pointer. No good. It's tipped back out to McCarty. McCarty goes to Scott. Scott, the freshman out of Dillon, takes it, puts up the floater in the paint. It's good. As Scott gets on the scoreboard here. Longo comes back the other way and nearly loses it. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson to Stoltz underneath, and Joel Stoltz with two more. Joel Stoltz with 6 points.
Well, he's on a roll this half.
Yes,
he's
he
getting
is.
himself in good positions, Bob, to get passes like that. So good job there by Joe.
And it's Scott coming back, three-pointer left side. He buries that one as he comes back with 5 quick points for the Bulldogs, 51-37. Johnson brings it up, middle of the floor. Takes it back out, goes to Nebe. Nebe will take it down the right side, back to Johnson. Swings it around to Longo. Longo gets a screen from Betcher out on top. Now takes it to the hole. It's up, it's good. Taylor Longo with another chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. Taylor with 14 points on the night. Going for his 15th here. 53-37. Make that 54-37 as Taylor makes that free throw. Kidgel will bring the ball up the floor for the Bulldogs. Top of the key, gets in the paint, puts a hole. Nice reverse layup. Nice move by Kidgel with the reverse layup. Shielding the defender with his body. And Longo comes back the other way with an offensive foul. Coach Drykosen not liking that one at all as Taylor Longo picks up his second foul, and Coach Drykosen wants a timeout. He wants to talk to somebody. Nobody wants to talk to him. 11:07 to go here in the ball game. 54-39. Rocky on top. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Loud. Untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Louder. Much better. Rustle your hair. Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
It's getting to be real physical out there, and I know the officials are trying to get a handle on what's going on. But It's a big game.
4:39 our score, Bruce. 11:07 to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, a lot of time left. It's big standings because you're playing not just to win the league. You're also playing, Bob, for positioning in the postseason tournament. The top 6 teams go. That means 6 out of 7 go, and so every game's a big one, and you need to win that to help yourself.
And the Bulldogs come back as Williams Jr. getting 2 more on a nice move inside. 54-41, 13-point Rocky lead. 10:50 to go here in the ball game. Longo goes to Stoltz. Stoltz had a nice second half here with 6 points. Johnson with the basketball in the corner. Back out to Stoltz. Goes to Longo. Longo penetrates. Kicks out to Betcher off of Johnson, out of bounds. Morkirky, Cannon, and Graves come in for the Battling Bears, and Shikey Smalls comes in for the Montana Western Bulldogs. As Williams will inbound the basketball. He gets it to Kidgel. Kidgel brings it up across the timeline. Kidgel hands off to Smalls. Smalls penetrates, gets in the paint, nothing there. Hits it out to Scott. Scott with the basketball. He's going to be whistled for a travel. Turnover to the Bears. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Bruce, if the officials don't try to tighten this one up here coming out of that last time out.
Yeah, and I think they talked about that. Good officiating crew here tonight. I really think the officials in the Frontier do a nice job, especially under the direction of Mike Fisher, the football officials, Neil Peterson and his crew, and Rob Neby misses a long 3.
And Scott with the rebound gets it out to Smalls. Smalls comes back the other way. Kidgel looked at the 3, doesn't take it. Smalls penetrates, nothing there. And Williams on the baseline, big block by Taylor Longo. As Taylor Longo went up and blocked that Dexter Williams Jr. shot, Neby comes back the other way. Cannon, 17-footer, good. Chad Cannon hits his first 2-pointer of the night.
The student section is up and going tonight. Interesting outfits over there.
They're fired up. Got that soccer team going, I believe, Bruce. And it's going to be shot underneath by Willis. No good. Longo with another rebound. Taylor Longo having a great game, Bruce, and you called it before the game and the pregame that he was going to have to step up and play well tonight. Graves with it, goes far side. Longo. Nice over the back pass, behind the head pass, I should say, to Morkirky. As Ben not quite expecting that one, I don't think. And we got lots of changes here as Bullard comes back in, Willis back in, Smith back in for the Bulldogs. Smalls with it on the right side. Smalls guarded out there by Cannon. Bullard, ball's tipped up. Morkirky picks up the loose ball. He gets it to Neby. 8:44 to go in the ball game. Longo has it in the front court for the Battling Bears. Longo hands it off. They get it far side to Graves. Graves goes to Morkirky. Morkirky to Longo. Longo, long 2-pointer. He drills it. Taylor Longo, 2 more on the evening.
You ever wonder what Billy Drykosen's feet are going to look like in about 10 years?
They got it hurt already.
He's got to stomp them. I like it.
And Scott with another 3-pointer with Graves in his face. As Scott hits a big 3. Longo hands it off to Graves. Graves with it. Get the big screen out there by Neby. Now back to Cannon on top. Chad has it. He pulls up. 17-footer shot. No good. And the rebound comes down to Bullard. Bullard brings it up. Goes to Scott. Scott just hit that 3. He'll bring it back out on top. Going against this 2-3 zone. They got Woodall at the high post. Woodall takes it to the paint. No good. Rebound fought for. Woodall gets it as Smalls has it. He penetrates. Nowhere there. Nice little jump hook by Smalls. And a lot of hands up there around the rim, but Morkirky comes out of there with it. And they get it to Cannon, and Longo, a little too much English on that one. as Chad Cannon couldn't quite handle it. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a turnover to the Bulldogs. And Bruce, you're right. The Bears just need to slow down and get some, take care of some shot clock here as well.
Yeah, up 14 with 7.5 left. Now up 11.
Scott hitting another three-pointer here.
Where did he come from?
One.
I know
it came from Dillon, Montana.
Outstanding high school career there at Beaverhead County High School.
And Graves has it. He's out on top for the Battling Bears. 11-point lead, and it's going to be an offensive foul on Derek Graves. As Graves will pick up his second personal foul. Johnson. And Longo stays in the game. Graves comes out. Referees are talking. Not sure what's really going on here, Bruce.
I think Billy was saying, how about the media timeout at 7 minutes? And it's 6:52. That's my abacus again telling me that that's below 7.
All right, we'll take a timeout. 6:52 to go in the ball game. 58-47. Rocky on top. We'll be back in a minute.
Like this? Good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa! That's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
58-47, 6:52 to go in the ball game. The Montana Western making a little run here, Bruce.
Yeah, and as we said, you know, there's still a lot of time left, and you got to play on your team like Dexter Williams and Shikey Smalls. You know, you're never out of a basketball game, and they've had some guys come off their bench to make some big shots. Now, this is where the Battling Bears will have to get a defensive stop here to kind of stem the tide.
And Woodall's going to lose the ball, and Nebe can't hang on to it. Now it's on the floor, and it's going to be Woodall getting the ball. He'll call a timeout. 6:38 to go in the ball game. It'll be a full timeout. Bruce, let's stay right here. I've been going to ask you. You got a ski team out there competing. Those guys always do pretty well. How's that ski team doing?
Yeah, ski team this year, Bob, that is picked by many to win the national title, both the men and the women. The national championships will be in Lake Placid, New York. I think they're flying in Al Michaels to do the miracle on snow this year for the team. No, I think they have a great shot. Jerry Wolf's done a great job with that ski program. Both the men and women finished second last year, and he's added some new talent to the team this year. They travel around. Regionals will take place up in Red Lodge. The date escapes me, but in the next couple weeks will be the regional finals that we'll be able to host going on to nationals. So we expect a top 1 or 2 finish by our ski teams, both men and women this year, and that's always exciting.
I see the indoor track going as well.
The indoor track had some good efforts today. Down in Gillette, Wyoming, and Mike McLean's done a nice job of building things up with both indoor and then soon-to-be outdoor track and field. He's added some very nice newcomers, and he's bringing in good students, and that's the most important thing for us right now. We want good student athletes that are strong academically and strong in the competition.
All right, back to live action here. It'll be Scott inbounding the ball from Montana Western. He gets it to Smalls. Ball arc back to Smalls. Smalls, three-pointer, far side, no good. Moorkirky up high for the rebound. And
I don't think people give him the credit. He was really high up there. Yeah. He can really jump.
His dad could jump pretty good.
Yeah, 7-foot high jumper. I always tell people that.
And Chad Cannon picks up two more in the paint on the penetration. Back to a 13-point Battling Bear lead. 6:11 to go in the ball game. Woodall has it. He wants to penetrate. He does. Gets inside. No good. And a rebound. Loose ball comes down to Nebe. Oh, Rob might have got away with a double dribble there.
He's a senior.
Okay. All right, and he takes it to the hole, and we got a blocking foul. It's going to go against Smalls.
Woodall has had kind of a tough game offensively tonight, but you can see his skills out there when he's handling the basketball, whether it be shooting it from the outside or taking it to the bucket. Now, Rob Nebe will go to the line. This is a guy, Bob, that I feel is in the running for the MVP in the Frontier Conference. He's had a tremendous senior season.
Well, he's, I keep pretty good track. We talk about the players of the week each week, Bruce, and he's been awarded that award 3 times this year, more than anybody else. I think that has to say a little bit right there.
Yeah, in that 2-week span, the Battling Bears were 1-3, and yet he still was named the player of the week. And you don't see that a lot. And kudos to the Frontier Conference, Commissioner Ken Paulson and Information Director Wally Feld for recognizing individual performances, which is what that award's for.
And Rob gets both free throws, 62-47, and Ballard goes up for the dunk and can't finish it off the back iron. And Nebe has the ball. They get it up to Johnson. Johnson with it, back to Nebe on top.
You know, that's spectacular when you're ahead. When you're behind, get the layup, get the 2 points.
Yep. And it's going to be Cannon and blocked by Smalls, and it's going to be, let's see which way they go with this one.
I think it's going to be Rocky basketball. They're talking about it.
Looks like it. Scheike had the ball in his hands, and he dropped it down as Johnson will inbound the basketball. Gets it into Longo in the backcourt. Longo brings it up. Stops, gets it back out to Nebe, swings it around to Johnson. Johnson takes it to the hole, and he's fouled. As Tegan Johnson goes down hard on the hard foul. Going to go against Scott. That'll be his second personal foul.
And there's a guy, Tegan Johnson, who didn't play a lot early in the season. Was expected to be a guy to contribute a little bit this year, and he's a guy you want on the floor right now in these kind of crunch times because he handles the ball well and he plays great defense.
Yeah, he does. He just, he's just another quick, and I said to coach there before in the pregame, you got some athleticism, and he says where, and I feel, Cannon and Johnson aren't really athletic, but they make up for it in smarts and speed.
Yeah, and playing really hard, making good decisions.
As Johnson goes 1 for 2 from the line, and the shot put up as Smalls hits one on the other end for the Bulldogs. 63-49, 5 minutes to go. And we got a whistle and a foul. As Williams Jr. picks up his second personal foul. That is 4 team fouls on Western and 5 on Rocky. On the women's side tonight, it was Great Falls 89, Montana Tech 75. And on the women's side, Lewis and Clark comes out of there with a win, 62. Is that right, Bruce?
Well, I think it's the other way around. We'll have to check that one. We'll have to check that score.
And we got a foul out in the middle of the floor there. I didn't really see what happened as I was reading that score. Foul's going to go against Chad Cannon. He picks up his third personal foul. Coach Keller out on the floor wanting to know what it's all about as well. Looks like it's going to be Montana Western basketball on the far side. Kidjo will inbound the basketball. Officials out in the middle of the floor here talking to make sure they get this straight.
I like it when you see an officiating crew that works so well together like they are right now. They're talking about things. They want to get it right. And there's nothing wrong with great communication. Kelly Dunneman over talking to the official table right now.
He's going to call both coaches in right now.
This is a very good official, Kelly Dunneman, when he runs things.
Yeah, he's going to talk to both coaches, and we'll see which one wins here.
And he's talking more to Billy Drykosen, so maybe this is going to be a break for Montana Western. I think they're calling an intentional foul.
And it is going to be an intentional foul.
And that's a tough one because they get the free throws and they get the ball back.
Right. And it'll be Scott going to the line to shoot. A very good shooter. And that one bounces off. The soccer team might be rocking the basket clear across the floor.
Yeah, they're rolling tonight.
And the second one is up and good. So they get a basket there, one free throw, or get a free throw and the ball out of bounds. It'll be Small. Nope. Yeah, Smalls will inbound the basketball in the front court for Western. Smalls has it. Gets it to Kidgel. Ballard. Williams. Scott with a long three-pointer. Back iron, no good. Neby comes down with a big rebound. Neby gets it ahead to Graves. Graves has it. And he gets it to Longo, to Neby. And we got a whistle and a foul against Kidgel as he's got two hands on Rob Neby.
It looked like a ping pong game. Everybody was getting their hands on the ball, and it was bouncing to the other team. And good break there for Rocky Mountain College.
Western with 5 team fouls. Rocky with 6. 63-50. Rocky on top.
How about a game that's gone a half and a major portion of the second half, and neither team has got into the bonus?
No.
12 total fouls, each with 6 in that first half.
And Neby gets the inbounds pass. He'll put up the three-pointer and bury it from
that
the
was
top
big.
of the key.
Don't make a mistake with Rob Neby involved because he'll hit you there, and that's what he did. That was a gut punch.
You try for that steal, and they missed, and Rob made him pay as Dexter Williams Jr. takes it to the hole for 2 more himself. Longo with the basketball. He's going to be fouled as Ryan McCarty, I believe, will pick up the foul. And he does. 4:04 to go in the ball game. 66-52. It'll be Rocky basketball. Both teams in the bonus now, Bruce, with this final 4 minutes.
Yeah, we could see a lot of fouls in 4 minutes and 4 seconds.
Graves will inbound the basketball to Neby. Neby brings it up on the left side. Gets it ahead to Moorkirky. Moorkirky kicks it back out to Graves. Coach Drykosen wanting to take some time off that shot clock now, I believe. Scott Neby out there with the basketball. That's who you want handling it out there. Scott guarding him. I would think that Rob could get a shot up over the top of Scott. Shot clock running down. Longo with the basketball goes up. And we got a whistle, and it's going to go out of bounds.
I think stepped on the end line.
Bollock stepped out of bounds. As Longo will inbound the basketball. We'll see if the Bears can score on this inbounds play. They've been very successful thus far tonight. And they get it to Moorkirky for 2. Did I call that or
what?
Like
you said, you got to score. You should score on every one of them, right?
You should.
You practice
That's the only play you can practice for. As Williams has it, skip pass. Kidgel with it. Kidgel takes it to the hole and puts it up. Nice move by Kidgel going to the basket. Switching hands, putting it in. 14-point lead. Graves with it, takes it to the hole, can't finish. And Kidgel comes back with a rebound. Kicks it out to McCarty. McCarty, three-pointer, no good. Moorkirky with another rebound. As Moorkirky's rebounds are going to be up in the old double digits tonight. Neby with the basketball, out on top. 2:50 to go in the ball game, 68-54. Huge game for both these teams in the conference here tonight. Johnson with the basketball. Gets it to Longo. Longo. Johnson, they get it into Moorkirky. Moorkirky, turnaround shot, no good. Gets the rebound, puts it up and in. pin Moorkirky for 2 more inside. Moorkirky with 8 points on tonight, and he's got to have a ton of rebounds to go with it. Scott with the basketball for the Bulldogs. Takes it to the hole, and he's going to be fouled by Moorkirky. It'll be Scott going to the line as Moorkirky picks up his second foul. Scott is 1 of 2 from the line. He goes back up there for 2 with 2:15 to go. Rocky up by 16. And Scott, disgusted with himself as that first free throw bounces off. As Cannon's going to come in and call a timeout. 2:15 to go. Rocky 70, Western 54. We'll be back in a minute.
Nothing like a cold bottle of Mountain Dew.
Calculating route. At the next stop, take a hard right.
Okay.
Turn up the radio.
You want me to do?
Louder.
Okay.
Louder. Louder. Much better. Wrestle your hair and untuck that shirt.
All right.
Wink at the redhead in the next lane.
Oh, hi there.
Take another big sip of Mountain Dew. Downshift and gun it.
Okay.
You've arrived at the mountain.
Directions are different on the mountain. Mountain Dew. It's different on the mountain.
70-54. Rocky on top of Western. Once again, Bruce, want to thank all those people down at Dillon on KDBM listening to us here tonight from the Fortin Center in front of a packed house here. It's really filled up, I think, even more so this second half of this ball game.
Yeah, you know, we might be a little overfull in the student section. I mean, they're
running out of that front row.
Well, I guess.
Scott's second free throw's up and good as he goes 1 for 2 from the line. 70-55. Johnson inbounds the basketball to Moorkirky to Longo. Longo. And we got a whistle and a foul, and foul's going to go against Bullock.
Now, as a Battling Bear team, you have to make your free throws because you're going to have a lot of opportunities in the final 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So step to the line, get some free throws, and balance things off.
And Taylor's 1 or 2 for the night. That one's going to bounce off. No good. Moorkirky fighting for the rebound. Can't handle it. Bullock comes out of there with the basketball. Gets it up ahead to, not sure who 11 is. And we got a charge inside as Bullock is going to be whistled for the charge. That'll be his second personal foul. Kita into the ball game for the Bulldogs.
Steve Keller kind of getting some bench players in tonight for some action the final 2 minutes.
Trenastich in. Is that how you say that, you suppose, Bruce? Trenastich? Trenastich. Johnson with the basketball goes to Nebe. Nebe will bring it up the right side.
And he's the guy that you want with the basketball right now because he's going to get fouled and he can make free throws.
And Rob will go to the free throw line. Kita picks up the foul. That's his first personal foul. That's 9 team fouls on Western. Rocky 70, Western 55. Rob Nebe at the line puts in the first one. As Wacker coming in for Nebe here. Betcher coming into the ball game as well as Rob makes that second one. Moorkirky and Nebe sitting down a nice hand for those two. Well-deserved here tonight.
Yeah, and I think Moorkirky tonight, kind of an unsung hero. Rebounding, block shots, second chance baskets. He's played a whale of a game tonight.
And Coach Keller's getting players in here I don't have on my sheet.
We'll have to talk to him about that next week. Not after this one tonight.
Granish has it. He'll be at the line. 1:35 to go. 72-55. Battling Bears. Free throws up and good by Ternasic. 72-56. Ternasic, second shot off the back iron, no good. Rebound fought for. It's Wacker coming out of there with it. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson brings it up the right side for the Battling Bears. Hands it off to Cannonen. Wacker from the baseline, no good. Rebound fought for. And the Bulldogs come out of there with it. Kita comes back the other way. Goes to Scott. Scott, three-pointer off the glass. It's good. You suppose Terry Thomas taught him that shot?
Wow. He's had a pretty good ball game off the bench tonight.
And Wacker has it. Gets it to Cannonen. Trey Larson in the game tonight for the first time out of Gillette, Wyoming, the freshman. As Kita picks up his second personal foul. As Chad Cannonen will go to the free throw line here. First time tonight for Chad at the line, Bruce.
And he'll shoot a couple tonight. He's had a great weekend. And he misses the first. All you got to do is say that. But no, he's really had an outstanding weekend with the 33 points on Thursday night against Carroll College, 9 3-pointers. And he's been a key tonight. Even when he's not hitting the long three as he makes free throw number 2, they have to pay so much attention to him that it opens things up for everybody else.
And he's got 14 on the night right now as Kidjo misses that shot and Wacker with the rebound. Larson will bring it up across the timeline, the left-hander. Hands it off to Cannonen. About a 16-second differential on the shot clock. And Cannonen with the basketball. Gets it out to Larson. 11. Wacker inside, goes up, it's good as Wacker gets a couple. 75-59, 20 seconds to go in the ball game, and Scott has it out front.
A little bit of Maelstone magic there.
Yeah, Kita has it, dumps it in the corner to Willis, and Willis hits the long two-pointer. 75-61 our score. The Battling Bears going to win over Montana Western here in a big Frontier Conference matchup between these two ball clubs. A very important game tonight, Bruce, for the Battling Bears.
Well, that was huge for the standings to really position the Battling Bears to stay in that running for a home playoff game, and that's a key right now. You're so much better at home. Most teams are, and I know the Battling Bears are. So that keeps them up there, maybe in the four spot, to try to get that home game, and that's crucial for Billy Drykosen's squad.
Western will go to 7-5 after this game tonight, and the Bears go to 6-6 after tonight in conference play.
So that puts the Bears only one game out of third place, and that's crucial.
We'll take us a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and have our final stats after this. It was the Bears on top of the Bulldogs, 75-61. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay, kiddo, hold your fishing pole like this. Okay, good.
What does opportunity look like? Opportunity seizes the moment, knows timing is everything, and doesn't expect an open window to stay open forever.
Dad, I got a bite!
Opportunity knows some things just can't be planned, and can't be missed either.
Whoa, that's a big one!
First Interstate Bank. That's what opportunity looks like. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Out here, there are certain wisdoms we were raised on. Like patience is a virtue. Make that a necessity. And because necessity is the mother of invention, First Interstate Bank is proud to offer mobile banking. Transfer funds and check balances from your phone, anytime, anywhere, and keep making progress, even if you aren't really moving. First Interstate Bank. Neighbors helping neighbors in the place we call home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And welcome back to the Fortin Center as we wrap up this one, 75-61. The Battlin' Bears come out with a big conference win here tonight. Bruce, some thoughts on this game. It's kind of back and forth. I'm looking at the stats here. 18 turnovers for Rocky, 17 turnovers for Western. Very even, but I think you got to contribute that to pretty good defense on both sides of the floor.
Yeah, both these teams are good defensive squads, as evidenced in a high-scoring Frontier Conference that neither team hit the 80-point mark tonight. And I'll tell you what, Bob, this was a huge win, and what the Battlin' Bears did not allow to happen tonight, they didn't have that space in the second half where they went stagnant. They continued to score. They went basket for basket with the Bulldogs. And when they've had these leads before and they've lost the games, it's because they've had a moment in the second half where they just quit scoring. And that didn't happen tonight. Kudos to Billy Drykosen and Denver Cobb, James Bullock, the coaches, for doing a great job of having this team ready tonight after a very tough loss to Carroll College on Thursday night. They were ready to play in this one, knew how important the game was, and it sets them up in good position.
Yeah, and I just think that, we talked, I think Nebe had 2 points at the halftime there. We knew he was going to come back and get his points, and he did, and he just kind of took over. He and Williams, I'll tell you what, they're two fun players to watch go against each other here. Dexter Williams Jr. on the other side of the floor for Western did a nice job. He almost got them back into this game single-handedly.
Yeah, he did, especially early in that second half. But what happened with what Rocky did is they just didn't let him pull away. They didn't let them get that momentum and get on a run. And I think that was the key in this basketball game. I still believe tonight that Taylor Longo had a great game, and we talked about him in the pregame show that he needed to play well and he would have an opportunity to play well. But I look at the play tonight of Ben Moorkirky, the senior out of Conrad, Montana. He's a guy that they needed to have step up to rebound, to block shots, to be a force inside. His points are almost a bonus because he doesn't look to score a lot because there's so many shooters and scorers on this Rocky team. But when Ben Moorkirky can get those 6, 8, 10 points a game to go along with his defensive pressure and his rebounding, he is a crucial guy for this basketball team.
Another one, Joe Stoltz come in, picks up, I believe, 6 points there, Bruce, and that was kind of when Dexter Williams was kind of going off, and Stoltz comes back and hits 3 big baskets off of 2 nice assists from Danny Betcher, the freshman.
Yeah, and, that was big, too. I forget about those plays. Joe, senior, he had those 3 quick points, and he was the guy at that point of the game to not let them get on a real roll. And, Betcher had a good game tonight. Danny Betcher is becoming more physical of a basketball player, and I like to see him do that. And he's going to be a great one in his career at Rocky Mountain College. I liked him as a high school player, and I really like him as a Battlin' Bear. And I'm glad he's on Rocky's roster.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go over the stats. I see Coach Keller here. He's wanting to talk to you maybe.
I don't know. He might want to talk to you. He sees that Dewan Edwards shirt you're wearing. And,
well, all right. All right.
Hey, no, I will be for Dewan Edwards for tomorrow, but I really want the Broncos to win. Hey, it was great with you tonight.
Great to have you too. And we'll go through the scoring. First of all, for Montana Western, it was Williams Jr. with 20 points, Smalls with 7, Ballard finishes with 6 points, Woodall with 3 points, Quinn Smith kind of quiet tonight with only 2 points. Troy Scott finishing strong with 16 points. Willis with 2 points. Trinastich with 1 and Kidjo with 4 points. They had 17 turnovers. They were 25 of 63 from the field for 40%, 6 of 19 from the three-point line for 32%, and they were 500, 5 of 10 from the charity stripe. For the Battlin' Bears of Rocky Mountain College, they were led in scoring tonight by Taylor Longo with 17 points. Nebe had 15 points. Moorkirky with 8. Cannonen with 14. Graves had 5. Wacker with 2 points. Betcher with 4 points. Johnson with 4 points. And Joe Stoltz with those 6 points. Bears had 18 turnovers. Ben Moorkirky, 13 rebounds tonight and 8 points. Field goals for the Battling Bears, they were 28 of 58. They shot 49%. 10 of 24 from the three-point line for 42%, and they were 9 of 13 from the charity stripe for 69%. At the end of the first half, it was Rocky on top by 15, 35-20. Montana Western outscores Rocky 41-40 in that second half, but Rocky comes away here with the win tonight on the men's side by the score of 75-61. On the women's side, it was Western on top of Rocky by the score of 80-74. Those are our finals here from the Fortin Center. Once again, I want to thank all our listeners down in Dillon. Happy to be able to bring this broadcast to you tonight from the Fortin Center. This has been Bob Ritter out with Montana Sportscast, along with Mr. Bruce Parker, the athletic director here at Rocky Mountain College. And until next Thursday, as we get set for more conference action here at the Fortin Center, have a great Battling Bear weekend.